welcome. This is
And we're on.
this is episode 9 of Pinnacles here on Happyjacksrpg. Just so you know, the intro video, if you go and check this on YouTube or Twitch VODs for whatever reason.
Love yourself more.
Yeah, you deserve better. We love you. We're here for you.
Never do that.
You do regularly.
How
I
are
can
they
see
so
it.
bad at just video? It's crazy.
But our intro videos often, like Bill Roper has done so many awesome intro videos for us. This intro video for our show is actually by Kimi.
Yay!
She got to flex her her video editing skills, which she went to film school for.
Oh.
So yeah, so it was really fun to get to work with her on that and see Bill's good at it too. I just mean I had never worked with a film school student before, so that was. We got to share ideas, and it was fun for me. And she was equally patient in the incessant questions and misunderstandings I have about how to make a video like that. So, anyway, just credit where credit's due. The show we are about to perform for you is a superhero show. It is, if anyone saw the animated series Invincible, it's closer to that. Actually, I realized The Boys is a little over the edge of where we are. Invincible, I think, is really close.
Of everything. Really.
Yeah. Invincible is pretty close to what we're going for if you don't know it. It's Avengers, but with a little blood and guts. So, it's R-rated, Deadpool.
Every time you talk about The Boys and you're like, oh, that's a little too far, it just punches forward my desire to go watch The Boys, which I've never.
Oh, you've never seen it?
No.
Okay. So, content warning, sexual assault.
Ah.
There is. I just need everyone to know that before going.
That's very fair, and
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
And why I've never had any desire to watch The Boys.
Yeah.
Mine just went down a few ticks.
Yeah. It is just something everyone should know before going into that show that I didn't and was like, oh, okay.
Hello.
I wish I'd been prepared. That's all.
Appreciate that.
There's a whole long content warning list for The Boys.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
That shows a lot.
Yeah, it is
On purpose.
the maximum amount. So anyway, hi, I'm Jason, and I do this show all by myself with nobody else here in the studio. But I can do some really cool, compelling voices. This is my Pooja voice. No, that actually would be offensive. So, Pooja, would you introduce yourself and take over for me, please? I think my cast just went on strike. Rightfully so.
I'm sorry.
For everybody listening, we all hid.
Yeah.
Yes. We just decided to let Jason know what it would be like to be a director on
Yeah.
set currently.
Yeah. Last week, everyone was Jason. This week, no one is.
That's right.
Hi, I am Pooja. I'm playing Sapna, who has sound wave powers and, totally well-adjusted person.
I mean, I'm Sarah, and I'm playing Kit, the biokinetic surgeon, who, to all intents and purposes, would agree. We had such a good conversation.
Also, very well adjusted. No issues whatsoever
So
to
much
discuss.
therapy inside this old bone.
Nothing
Yep.
but healthy relationships.
Hi, everybody. I'm Joe, and I play Brian with an H. He's like the Tick meets Colossus. He's also not from here, and by that I mean not from our dimension at all. He's also very well adjusted.
Yeah,
Love a
clearly.
And he remembers his own birth, which is odd.
Yeah. Seems
doesn't?
dramatic.
Everybody remember that's your first memory.
Nope.
Nope. Hi, I'm Enge. I play Sentinel / Chainsaw. I'm a biker brawler and certainly not over enthusiastic about our new supergroup.
Yep. Has anyone given any thought to what a team name would be?
Absolutely zero.
Okay.
No, that's the name.
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, absolute zero would be something. That's
Mhm.
very cool.
That is
But with that,
why.
with none of us having
Ice
cold
powers, yeah.
I don't get it.
Sal has cold powers.
Yeah, let's get Sal.
New member.
Sal's
I mean, I guess,
busy
like-
selling shaved ice, so.
But I guess Absolute Zero could be your theme song.
All right. So last time, and now I just
Absolute
want to.
zero coping skills.
I just want to do it for time now. Last time we did our recap in like under 4 minutes, I think. So hold on, let's get the stopwatch ready. Sarah, are you ready?
I might miss things, but I'm ready.
Start your engines. Go.
There was so much cool stuff that happened last week. I had such a great time. First off, this isn't the first thing that happened, but I think it's the biggest thing to talk. Not biggest thing, but we had a flashback. It was cool. And we got to go back to the Patriots, Alpha Patriot, and his gang, and we watched them all die at the hands of Citadel.
Omega Sentinels.
The Omega Sentinels, thank you. We all watched them all die at the hands of Citadel, and Alpha Patriot also was taken out of action, but survived, and ostensibly woke up to see the damage after watching all of his friends die, which was
And
great.
lovers.
Cool. And lovers.
Lovers.
And lover, singular, very sad. But back into the real world once we had that context, the real world, because that didn't happen ever. There's no tragedy in our game. We went to interrogate Dalton Frost, who we had previously captured. Yes.
Oh, before we left the city, there was
This is what I forgot about. I knew I was missing something.
Well,
All right.
was there an important detail?
Hang on. We can recalibrate. We've got this.
completely unimportant.
Sapna saw her name in the sky and fire, and we were all like, that's super weird. We probably know who that is. And up we show to the scene, and guess who it is? Doreen, who looks way more powerful than a 5 and points it out herself and gets real mad at Sapna for like ruining her life or something. Who knows? Anyway, we all...
throwing her in the lake.
For sure.
I blame you for my out.
I blame you
Outburst.
for my outbursts
Yeah.
that caused consequences.
Yeah. My bad behavior can't be my fault.
Never. We repelled her back, and she fell into the lake, where she was rescued and brought back, and then we all
By a
went-
very weird looking kid.
by a weird-looking Kit. Kit looked weird because they got some webs
Massive
and
jaw.
stuff.
Is
and
it weird that I like
lungs.
Shape of Water Kit even more?
Honestly, it's hot.
Anything
Okay.
like I was like gonna go with the Abe Sapien, but
Yeah.
like anything Doug Jones related is gonna
Yep.
get an
Yeah,
A+
yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
Very hot. I liked that fish scene in Shape of Water. Anyway, then we went back, and Sapna talked to one of our flatmates who also is part of the safety crew and told them what happened. They said, don't worry, we'll take care of Doreen. Let's hope that's real. And she's going to be taken to a power dampening facility. Then we went to interrogate Dalton Frost. And Sapna did a great job of impersonating a lawyer.
Yes.
And getting some great information,
It was amazing.
including the fact that Dalton Frost apparently did have to fight an alternate version of himself and then got his powers. And that he buried that version of himself in the woods outside of Seattle.
Like you would.
Like you do when you have to fight a
Didn't
clone
just
version
fight
of
him.
yourself.
Actually,
Yes,
unalive
did kill.
him.
Did
Yes.
kill.
Yeah, did a murder.
We
I mean,
went...
self-defense murder, and then hid
Yeah.
the crime.
Yeah. That's the tricky part. But self-defense. Went to the area where we ostensibly thought that Dalton Frost would be buried with Dr. Light, and found it. And found a lot of weird things to do with it. We were able to pick up a radiation signature. Kit was able to use their powers, or Caduceus, I suppose, in this case, was able to use his powers to dial in and see the moment of death, and we used all of that to try to follow the radiation signature back to where this person could have come from, totally missing the fact that on the radiation machine, Dr. Light had picked up that Brian's radiation signature was not like the one from this planet, or this
like the
dimension,
other one.
or like the other one. Very strange. Sapna did, however, clock it. We went back to the house to try to figure out what was going on, saw that Dalton Frost had piranhas, and that guy.
He's one of those guys.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And
Gross.
poked around for clues, didn't find much at Dalton's house where the trail led, other than definitely it seemed to have happened here. And on our way back is when Sapna decided to talk to Brian about the fact that his radiation signature was different. We all kind of got confronted with that fact when a holographic version of a different Brian appeared in the car, and Jerkrin promised to kill Brian, implying that maybe before he had tried. And that's when Brian reached back into his memories and had the memory that he had been attacked by this other Brian at one point in his home dimension, so hard that he got punched into our dimension and set fire to Tony's torpedoes, which
Beloved Tony.
was very sad. And after a very beautiful party moment of encouraging words and encouraging physical touch hugs, we all went back and reconvened, where Kit went to Sapna and apologized for lying and not being truthful, and they made up, and it was
Fell
gay.
into bed together.
It was gay.
Wait, what?
The end.
And ate bagels.
Ate
And
bagels.
Chainsaw
Bagels.
came out, shaved off his beard.
Not a
Yes.
euphemism, people.
Came
We
out-
literally ate bagels.
Yes.
Yeah.
literally bagels.
Never
boy,
heard that
yeah.
euphemism before.
I tried my best. I think that was longer than 4
yeah.
minutes.
It was a
That
lot
was great.
going on.
Thank you.
Well
thank
done.
you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hire you to do that for
That was
every
a-
game that
that
I'm
was
in
a-
from now on.
Big episode.
Oh yeah. I had you at 516.
Okay, not bad.
I feel like that's super impressive.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it is.
Does that
For ours,
include,
super
include our
impressive.
jackassing around at the beginning?
No.
Oh,
I
nice.
subtracted some time for that.
Aw.
Okay.
Solid
So
recap too.
also, yeah, it was actually. I want you to make an explicit note under Death Rider that you can pull memories from deceased brains.
Okay.
Oh, whoa.
That's this sweet little character gets creepier every moment I play them.
This is fun for me,
I love it.
who I love body horror stuff, and am having to curb myself to keep it reasonable for our cast. And
Very,
you know,
very
um,
fair.
but I know Sarah also likes body horror, so we're just having a little body horror chapter secret. Yeah. Okay, so we had also ended the last the final scene of last episode was a narrated audience scene where Dr. Light was trying to teleport an orange from one platform to another. It seemed like it worked, but she was suspicious of said orange, drew a face on it.
Well, oranges are suspicious. The
They
most
are.
suspicious of fruits.
Yes, yeah. They're very questionable.
They can stop your medication from working.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Fuck off, oranges.
Citruses in general, like grapefruit, is
Mhm.
for certain medications. They say not to have grapefruit because
Gonna
it
double
can
check
negate-
some of
That's why
my.
I can't drink orange juice anymore in
Huh.
the morning.
I should probably double check some of my.
Before
yeah.
having the
Told you
citrus,
you were
please consult a
shifty.
doctor.
Yeah,
I mean,
Uh,
it's worth looking at like any medication that you're taking
yeah.
to see what the interactions are.
Okay.
Like with different meds and foods.
So
This has been a
suspicious
PSA.
orange.
Suspicious orange.
She drew a face on it, put it back into teleport, and it came back. It looked like the same orange, but with no face on it. Okay. And I think at like 3 o'clock in the morning, she has somehow wired into the lodge's like sound systems, and just there's like a little bit of a like feedback,
Mhm.
and then she says, "Oh, good, it worked. I need everyone to come down to the lab right now."
Oh, fuck.
And just, you can hear like rooms that aren't being used. The TV came on and is like broadcasting her face into your room. Not that she could see you. That's weird and creepy. But
Ugh.
she's on everyone's TV in your room. I assume everyone's in bed by 3. So maybe you've just fallen asleep. Maybe you've been asleep for a couple hours. I think you guys got home well before midnight.
Yeah.
But at like 3 a.m., we'll confirm now. There were rumors that Dr. Light doesn't sleep. It's true. She doesn't have to, which is my self-insert fantasy.
My superpower.
Yeah.
Oh, not me. I love sleeping.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. And I'm bad at it. It's like a double whammy.
That's the
Yeah.
I
love
only
it
get
when
good
I'm
at
bad
it in the morning, so
Yeah.
getting up is always difficult.
Yeah. Anyway, what do you do?
I rub the sleep out of my eyes, stumble up, and go down to the basement.
Okay.
We see Brian. He's like ankle deep in rolled up pieces of paper that all start with "Dear Vincent." And he kind of shuffles his way out of his room and runs downstairs.
Okay.
I grumble. Get out of bed. put on my Hollister sweatpants and some slippers
Yep.
and head downstairs.
Okay. It also turns out literally everybody at the lodge got this message. So like Klaus
Yeah.
is here. I think we established Chef lives off campus. I don't know why I said campus, but Chef lives
Technically.
off campus, so isn't here. Rose is here. They're in like kind of like a flimsy. It's a very like 50s Hollywood like flimsy robe, fuzzy slippers,
Good.
short shorts. Like clearly like this was like a pajama situation, and they just rolled out of bed. So
Oh my.
that's the vibe. Yeah.
This is where we find out Chainsaw has a very scruffy chest.
Oh yeah. Great. Great. Now, infuriatingly, we also learned that Green Streak only needs like 15 minutes of sleep, and he did that already. So, speed sleeps.
I feel like Sapna comes down, like she's got the like cut off sweatpants shorts
Oh yeah,
situation and like a ribbed tank top,
yeah,
and then she shoved her feet into like boots
yeah.
to
Okay.
come down. Just
So
in
they're
case
kind of
anything
a little
kicks someone with
loose,
them.
and they're like clunk, 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 clunk. Yeah. Cool. Also, there is, I think we have to say there's like stairs going down here, but there's also like a service elevator because she frequently has to bring heavy equipment up or down, right? So Klaus is here, Rose is here, Atticus is here. I don't think any of the other staff are like full-time living here. But only one Klaus is here. The rest of Klaus is upstairs.
Prime.
That's fair. If you only can have to send one, do
Yeah,
it. Get the
it's a,
rest to
it's a
sleep.
lot. And he has pretty good range, right? He could be pretty far, not like miles and miles, but
Right.
like, you know,
That's good shit. You wake up and you just have new information.
yeah.
How many languages does Klaus know?
Oh, a lot,
know.
actually. Yeah.
Jealous, so jealous.
Quick retcon, they're not Hollister, they say juicy on the ass.
Oh, juicy.
nice.
Yeah. Juicy
I
sweats.
do feel like Kit's wearing boxers and a very old T-shirt that says "I want to believe."
Very good. Is that an
Chainsaw.
X-Files reference?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I think that gets, I feel like Rose feels like an X-Files person to me. And so you get a like, X-Files? Like they like mouth X-Files to you? Like,
Sleepy eyes widen a little bit,
yeah, like,
point at each other.
all right, so there may be a watch party later. There's a little bit of like Dr. Light is a little confused about how everyone is dressed, but doesn't ask. But it's clear she has no idea what time it is or why everybody looks so weird. But she does acknowledge that people look weird, so she knows that much. But
Wow, you all look weird.
yeah, like what? Why are you all? Never mind. And so then she demonstrates the like orange thing, and says, "All right, so it's transporting, but this isn't our orange."
That feels like it's bad. What is this orange coming from? The same place that?
No, I've done this several times now. I've had a purple orange, I've had an orange, I've had a blue orange, I've had a red orange, and so she's explaining the like background radiation like that she's interpreted, but there's like a bunch of oranges over there, and Atticus is like, what? It's too much. Like he's stuck. She doesn't know that she needs to explain something. Oh, and Rose is also like, is like looking at you for like,
Yeah.
what is she saying?
And people just kind of like take them aside and like briefly explain very quickly.
We all just look at Kit like, you can make sense of this, right?
You speak science.
Yeah.
You, science person.
Yeah.
Go. Exactly. Yes.
And so she has found at least 8 or 9, like oranges have been coming back in like 8 different colors so far. So, yeah, but it would be a finite number, wouldn't it? Let's say 8.
Have there been any that have come back with the same signature? Or is it consistently
Once it came back, and it was my orange, and I knew because it had the face on it. So I
That
wanted to
actually
do
makes
this
it more
again, and I just thought I want to make sure that So sometimes my observation alters what I'm observing, and I don't know why. There's no way to explain that. But I thought more observers would help solidify the situation and make it real. So it's also now clear that Dr. Light is not totally plugged into like a sense of reality. Like she's in a little bit of a reality filter for herself. But she would like you all to witness the next demonstration. Apparently it had to be right fucking now.
Yeah. Of course. What if you forget?
Yeah. God, that's so real. I text my friends at like 2 a.m. and then use the like, once I could do send later, it changed my life. And I now like set the text send at 8 a.m. so that I'm not an asshole texting at 3 a.m.
What?
Oh, we'll talk later.
Okay.
It changed my life. Okay, so the any questions about the setup or something you want to do while she's like going around? Like she's got this like pile of oranges that she has put on a piece of construction paper that is roughly the color that she's registered it at. What are we doing while she's setting up? It's just like a couple minutes. I just want to
Right,
get your
right.
reaction. I don't want to just steamroll the whole thing here.
Weird.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on right now. I'm kind of tired.
Does she have a coffee pot down here?
Oh yeah, she has like a whole like espresso machine that chef stocks regularly.
Mm-hmm. Do you want? Kid is now fully alert and like very awake. So they're just like, do you want?
The machine speaks and says, "It sounds like somebody would like espresso.
Ah.
How many should I make?"
All of them.
And
4.
all these like cups, these like little like ceramic, espresso cups, just go clunk, 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 like a magazine of a machine gun. Like into this machine is like, and it's like makes
4.
a very loud noise.
Stop at 4. You're definitely gonna need more than 4.
Yeah, and it pumps out. It has like 16 of these cups that I think
Amazing.
it just like don't goes.
Like a printer, it's like out of cups.
Yeah. So it prepares that. Everyone has some espresso.
Brian does not. He doesn't take
I'm-
stimulants.
Klaus doesn't either, actually. Notably, he's. I think he's even mentioned like it kind of fucks him up.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
Yeah, like if one of his bodies is significantly stimulated in a different way, is
That
like
makes sense.
what? No, too much.
Yeah. It's
It's
like
an
how
interesting
sometimes
sentence
if
to
I'm-
discover.
It is. It is.
If I'm very sleepy and I take like my ADHD meds, no, I should not have done that.
Yeah.
It's that vibe.
Because I'm now tired and wired.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
how is this
that's no
possible?
good at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not having any coffee because I want to go back to sleep after this shit.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. But the machine spits out a bunch of stuff automatically.
Mhm.
And then her demonstration's ready. All right. So she sets it up and she says, okay, so I've identified with all these different examples that there is like a pretty clear way to categorize the types of frequencies. There's a numeric value, and so she also goes and like writes on each colored piece of paper like what that frequency of radiation is. That's probably the wrong word, radiation nerds, sorry. But this radiation has a frequency. And it, what's that?
Nope, that's wrong. Never mind.
Okay.
It has a cosmic signature.
Yes, the cosmic signature that she can express numerically. And so she labels it all. And then she's like, okay, well, it makes sense that ours then is this. So yours, she hasn't been able to like classify it as a color because she can't detect your cosmic background.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Does that make sense?
Sure.
Like, because her job was rule out ours and look for other. But
Right.
but that means it's like putting that.
Because it searches for contrast.
Yeah, it's like putting the gel in front of the light. Like if there's no gel there, well, what color is it? It's confusing. So she this time puts an orange on a piece of paper and writes what she thinks our cosmic frequency is, and oh sure, quantum resonance frequency. That's great. Let's
Hell
just throw
yeah.
quantum in front of it when we need magic. And
That's how it works, right?
yeah, thank you, James V in the chat. The she sets up the demo, fires up the machine, and there's no like showmanship here, right? She's just like, boom, sets that, runs over, and pushes the button, and it vanishes and shows up at the other one like that. It's an instantaneous. There's no like lag between. And there's no flash. There's no being pulled apart molecule by molecule, screaming into the void. It is. Thank you. It's just a flash, and it's not there, and it's over there instead. Okay. But you get a different color piece of paper and a different set of numbers, and so she grabs that, puts ours on it again, our number, does this, like, is repeating this experiment a bunch of times, and gets a bunch of pieces of paper with other codes on it, and has a moment where she just, like, goes back to her computer, which, by the way, is, like, 12 monitors,
Of course.
right? And, like, 3 keyboards, and just gestures for mouse, however she needs it to be.
Doc, hold up for a second. Instead of putting the codes on these pieces of paper, why don't you write hello?
Uh-huh.
Because I think you might be talking to somebody.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Yeah, look at the force.
We look at the force.
So, Dr. Light writes her fours in that, like, weird reverse triangle. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Yeah. Like, my fours look kind of like a hashtag missing a leg.
Yeah.
I think most people draw their four like that, but, like, a lot of little kids will do, like, do,
I've done it both ways.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, so she has this very distinctive way of writing fours. And when you look at all these numbers, all of the fours look exactly the same, as if she had written them. And then noticing that, you can see similarities between the other bits of handwriting on there. Except that one of them, let's say the purple one, is like printer paper. So, but it is on it, like printer colored piece of paper.
Interesting. So they're all the same, you said, or
The handwriting is all identical.
talking to yourself, possibly?
Yeah, just a minute. And then she like finishes like coding something, hits enter, and 8 of her monitors all fill up with pictures of her in varying degrees. And then all at the same time, they all say, I did it. Oh my God, I did it.
Yeah.
And then everybody starts talking at the same time saying other shit. And they're like, there's 9 of them just like talking to each other. It's a lot. It's a lot.
I guess, like, third cup of
Yeah.
incredibly doctored espresso in hand. Wait, if one of these dimensions is the one where, for lack of a better term, our bad guys are coming from, how do you know that you in Purple Dimension aren't evil? And that you didn't just...
No offense to all the U's on the screen.
So Dr. Light turns around and everybody looks at you. Like all of the monitors look at you. And they all say, oh, there's no way I could have known that. It's like, you know, this like reverb of like tiny little bits of lag, but a chorus of her voice. And we see like there's I don't know, I may retcon some of this later, but there's like Old West Dr. Light. There's Blade Runner Dr. Light. There's like Victorian Dr. Light.
Steampunk Dr.
Yeah, yeah.
Is there an animated one?
No, there's not an animated one.
Oh.
But there is a Lego one.
No, no, never. That's. Well, I'm just gonna throw that out there for now, unless I change my mind later.
Yeah, look for the Dr. Light with the goatee. That's the evil one.
Yeah.
Where's the handlebar
Thanks, James.
mustache now?
the answer to your question, she says, I didn't know, but this was the only way to get it connected and working. And look, I'm not evil.
Well, does this mean that you all have just been sending each other orange mail, and that's why you haven't been getting it back?
Yes. They all say at the same
So
time.
it's not a teleporter, it's a cross-dimensional
Teleporter.
Sure.
Yes. And one of them while your Dr. Light was talking to you, she's been like also updating code, like just left-hand typing some code. And each of the screens now has like a very light, gel filter like over the
good.
color coding. Just realizing how awesome it is that I named her Dr. Light.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's all about color. Okay, wow. I'm good at this.
The strings converge.
I definitely did that on purpose ahead of time
Mhm.
and planned it all out.
Yep.
That's the way it's going to be in the comic book.
Yep. So the purple Dr. Light, which is the one we're primarily concerned about, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, at the
Um,
moment.
Oh yeah, because purple is the one who tried to kill Frost. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Purple is the color of my energy.
My enemy!
Well done. Well done. Take a thread. So the purple one says, yes, we've been trying to get in touch with you so we could warn you about the Watchmen. The Watchmen and the Watchmen and Phase Shift have been able to leave for some time. And we know that they're hurting people to amplify their own power. And I don't know if you've already seen them, and then all of you are kind of like standing there looking at the screens with Dr. Light, right?
Mhm.
I'm actually like peeking in the background, trying to see if we're standing in the background of any of these.
Yeah. You do see like one of them has like a kit. One of them has, that none of them have a Brian, but they like some of them have like two of you or one or like Atticus and not Pooja,
Sapna.
Sapna. You know what I mean? Like there are various combinations, but then they all see Brian, and they're like, "Oh shit! Look out!"
He's right behind
no.
you.
Yeah.
He's fine. No, we know. Evil one of yours. Fine here.
You know
Oh,
he's
they're-
he's not the evil one because he doesn't have a goatee.
There can't. Well, I mean, he could shave. This is the purple one still. Like she's kind of like taking over the conversation at this point.
Brian's been very quiet. There's been a lot on his mind, but he's just kind of just flabbergasted. He doesn't know what to do, and he's just staring back and like kind of deer in headlights trying to process what's dawning on him right now.
Well, this is the being we know as the Watchman, and brings up a picture of Brian,
Watch man singular.
Yeah.
Okay.
the Watchman. Yes.
No.
I
And
wrote it down as the watch ma'am.
oh,
Like on accident, my hand just does stuff like that.
and then a picture of who she calls Phase Shift, who looks like two times. And they're both like clearly action shots that they were able to
Yeah.
like grab a like candid, and they're like, yeah, it's hard to get perfect picture, but it's very clear. It is clear who these pictures are of.
Right. Kit steps forward a little bit and says, "Now, in our dimension, Dr. Light is the first person who's been able to do this. Why are these two figuring this out before you?
Not just two.
Hold on, your GM just derailed. What?
Yeah. You're good.
Can you say the question
Kit
again?
Kit is asking why the Watchmen, Phase Shift, Dalton potentially are able to do this when Dr. Light has just achieved it in their
Yeah.
universe. Yeah.
All right. Well, my understanding, and so the purple one answers,
Mhm.
right? We were working with the Watchman first. His name's Brian, by the way. His real name is Brian. I mean, a last name. He has a last name. Joe, do you want him to have a last name?
That's not my character. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Well, I'll come up with something later. So we were working together because his original ability was the ability to step between, and visit other places. And I wanted to be able to replicate that because it seemed very useful. And in the course of that, he discovered that there was, let's see, how to explain. There's a lot of pressure if you show up somewhere where there's another you. And if there's a conflict, like things can go really wrong. You can absorb another power or amplify your power, whatever it is. But our understanding is your universe isn't supposed to have superpowers at all. So what's happening? You were the first one to send us oranges. None of the rest of us got it to work until we received oranges. So why do you all always had powers?
No, it all started about 20 years ago.
And then all of them say, "Oh no!" All of them except your Dr. Light.
Who hears them say "oh no" and goes "oh no"?
I'm gonna take a jump here and say that that's when you first started working.
No, it's when. So, are we talking about May 15th, 2003?
Mayday.
All of us, Purple is speaking for everyone, have had powers for, well, it's part of human history. And we knew that there were some realities where people didn't have superpowers, which seems strange, but was interesting to study. We've been able to gain glimpses into other worlds, but not to great detail or for a long period of time. But we had logged your reality as a place that is very similar to ours, but without superpowers for whatever reason. The cosmic makeup didn't result in amplifying your brainstem the way that it's supposed to. So,
The kid makes a very giveaway face, but doesn't say anything.
And Sentinel watches it.
yep. But about 20 years ago, he had already gotten his second ability and realized what would happen if he went looking for it. He went to a reality where he did not bother to explain everything that happened to us. What we know is that that reality essentially collapsed in on itself, and he was able to escape before that happened. But everybody on that Earth died and must have raised the average enough for your reality to qualify, for lack of a better explanation.
That reality, do we know what color it was?
No, so everybody on the screen starts talking at once in different ways of like trying to say like we hadn't been like your Dr. Light cracked the code on this, right? So they've had very spotty, and none of them have been able to talk to each other before now either. Like this is the first time all of the Dr. Lights are talking to each other. So, they're now comparing notes, they're now doing this, but they don't have like good records on all that stuff because it was all just like covering their eyes and swatting in the dark, So, they don't have any information about that.
Wait, so kind of guiltily looks around the room before they say, so you know that powers are originated in the brainstem. Is there a cap to that you've discovered?
Well, that's not where they're from. That's just a law of the universe. Your brainstem controls like how well you can tap into that.
Right. And Do you all, by any stretch of meaning, have some kind of ranking system for how well that expresses in your world, or?
Oh yes, and then everybody's talking about like we use color code, we use numbering, we use alphabetical. You know, it's like
Animals.
yeah. There's one of those. The old west one is like yeah, you're a bear or a tiger or a yeah. There's heroes or zebras.
They got their head in their asses.
Yeah. But it's not up your own ass, is it?
Do you, Hal, have... Because everybody on Earth has powers here.
Yeah.
That's
That's
the way it
normal.
is with you? Okay.
That's the way it's supposed to be. We understand there are a few places where the background is so low that the most sensitive brainstems are able to pick it up, and there are a few like exceptional individuals in those societies, but we haven't been able to really research it in depth. We've just gotten little fragments of information. It's very strange, the idea. And so, and they start describing basically what you all read about in comic books.
Right.
You know, like before 2003, right?
Yeah.
What?
Just science aside, weird comic book shit aside. So, you don't know what he did specifically that caused the entire dimension to collapse?
Well, our best theory, he didn't really debrief with us. We just know that a dimension doesn't exist anymore. The best readings we have look like a black hole happened, but I don't know how he would have escaped that.
Great.
Unless he caused it.
Did I miss who did this? It's still like 3 a.m.
Evil Brian.
Brian,
Evil Brian, all right. That's what I
The
thought.
Watchman.
the Watchman.
Okay.
He really likes Rolexes.
Yeah.
Well, he does have an identifiable watch. If you do
Yeah.
see him, it's not a Rolex. It's not. I don't know what that is, but it's not that.
It's a quantum chronifier.
Yeah. How did you know that?
I don't know. I just felt like I knew when I spoke. That's me out of character. I'm just trolling. I
But it's going in the notes.
Quantum Chronifier.
Nope, that was Brian now.
Oh god, I can spell.
What was that, Joe or Brian?
That was Joe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
That is
it's
the
in.
name.
It's for real now.
Okay, cool.
They describe the quantum chronifier.
Nice.
So, so just out of character to make sure
Sure.
what we're laying down is clear for everyone, or just out of character questions to sort of,
Yeah.
you know, this is a long drawn out scene that is probably you're all down here for hours, right?
Just
Like this is
figuring
like
out details.
the greatest discovery in the history of any human society, you know, the ability to communicate across dimensions like this.
At some point, I start washing coffee cups and filling them with coffee.
Yeah.
At some around that time, it's also like need food. Vibrating.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, Chef is going to show up at some point and probably start making food. And like probably brings food down and then looks and was like, oh,
It's honestly.
you know,
best
and then
if
just
you
starts
don't.
like making food
Yeah.
there of just like,
Mm.
oh no, I need to make a lot of sandwiches.
Yeah. Yeah.
We see that happening in other dimensions too.
So if all the other dimensions have all different powers.
That's so true. Except for Dr. Light, apparently, who is super smart in many dimensions.
Oh, so
That makes
so
sense.
we'll do a sort of a quick debrief.
Sure.
So the explanations you get include across different dimensions, other U's might have a different power. They might have a different amplitude, right? It's like so you might find yourself from another dimension and they have the exact same power you do, or very similar. That can happen, or it can be different. There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason with that. What we know is that the fewer U's there are, the more powerful all of you are.
Mhm.
Mm.
And for instance, your Atticus and the one Atticus you can see in like Yellow's screen are the only two.
That makes sense.
that are at least that any of these Dr. Lights know about.
Mm-hmm.
So that it is interesting that they all called themselves Dr. Light, though.
Yeah.
And lots of the like Atticus in their universe is, I don't know, Speed Demon or something, right? It's like, and he's like so
that.
broy with like wraparound sunglasses.
Yes, he is.
um,
Yes, he is. He's wearing North Face.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh no!
Patagonia vest.
Yes.
Um,
I take that criticism on with my full chest because I'm a Patagonia gay.
yeah.
Through.
Get him.
I'm the worst.
I love it.
Amazing. I think at the end of all of this,
Patagonia.
Patagonia.
Yeah.
Yes.
At the end of all of this conversation, and I will, because I think this is kind of spicy for story reasons, say it in the realm that all of these Dr. Lights can hear it. I'll explain to Green Streak, Rose, Dr. Light that this is doubly difficult because I can alter people's powers because I knew about the brainstem. And this could be dangerous for these people that are phasing.
Wait, you can do what? Like 4 of them ask like,
Yeah.
wait, what? And then one of the kits comes up to the behind the Dr. Light's chair is like, wait, what can you do?
What can you do?
You have to go first.
Fuck.
And they say it in exactly the tone that you would have said it.
Amazing. That's so freaky. I'm Kit. I don't know if you have the same name as me, but I am a biokineticist. And that's something that I recently have been
So-
able to.
You can, one of the, like, let's say pink Dr. Light is like, you can move flesh?
That's a really, really general way, I guess. But I'm a surgeon, so I know a lot about cellular biology, and that gives me a little more of a touch with it, I guess, than most people
Old
would.
West Dr. Light is like, you fix people's teeth?
No, I don't fix people's teeth. I
Sorry, you fix
their
people's teeth?
hearts and lungs and occasionally nervous systems. I'm not really comfortable with neurosurgery, but yeah.
Okay.
You're not a dentist.
Well, Old West
No, that's
was,
no.
That's right, the
Yeah.
barber
I
surgeon.
love it. I love it.
Barber surgeon.
Yep. So that kit like blinks around the room a few times. It's like, that's not as cool as what you can do, but like,
I mean, that's really cool.
no, but that's really cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're amazing.
Just like really intense eye contact with each other for
Yeah.
the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So wait. I'm
First
sorry.
time Kit has ever loved himself.
Oh no.
I'm just kidding.
None of y'all have figured it out.
Oh, wait, what are you asking?
About like the reaction to this. Like, okay, so half of them are like, wait, what? And the other half are like, what? I guess is my question.
When they learn about like a biokineticist manipulating the brainstem. Yeah, I think the consensus is like a bunch of them knew like in theory that would work, right? And a bunch of them didn't really know what a biokineticist was. And so it seems to be relatively rare. And, from this top-down explanation, like people have tried to do cybernetic brainstems and like all kinds of stuff to try to amp it up and manipulate it, but none of it's been successful. So, if you can alter that, that's interesting. That adds to the math of how we have to calculate this. But yeah.
So I guess to all the Dr. Lights, I definitely have a vested interest in taking this Watchman and phase shift down because that could be very bad.
Other question. Tangent. So if Watchman's original power was to go between all these places, how was phase shift and Dalton Frost? How did they get here?
He Watchman has like expanded his ability to be able to open portals or push people through, depending. Sorry, yeah, retcon the portal thing. He can push people through.
Plants back.
So a little bit of lore. It is hard to visit a place that has another you in it. So he reported early on when he was still like cooperating with the research. If he was pushing through to a place that had another him in it, there was this like feedback and like really it was hard to be there at first. And then in a place that didn't have him, it was hard to get back. Right? 'Cause it was like he was held there. So that was part of it. He also like early on wound up in like an earth that had never, was just like a barren rock with no air.
Ooh.
Like there were a few of those. Our existence is pretty fucking tenuous in a cosmic scale. So, there was a lot of like trying to figure out, and then he realized he could like kind of direct his attention to looking for that pushback of like places where he is.
Yeah.
He could feel for that and try to punch through there. And that effect is what they were trying to study when several of them were trying to develop, their teleporter thing. And your Dr. Light accidentally got on that frequency.
So does that mean that Phase Shift is still here?
Or Watchman came and got him. There's also, no, retcon. No, there's a time limit for a visitor. They'll be pulled back. Particularly if there's another one of them there. So what we do know is in at least one case with the Watchman, he waited for that pressure to build up, killed his other self in that universe just as he was being pulled back so he wouldn't feel stuck there. With that, does that make sense?
Yeah.
So we know he is fluent enough to be able to manipulate that system. I don't know how he helps other people do it. He is no longer cooperating with us.
What was Phase Shift's original power?
Flight and super speed.
Interesting.
He had more than that when I encountered him by the gas station.
Oh, can you tell us what powers? And all of them get like a digital clip, like a tablet up of some kind. What
Old
powers?
West one has steam coming out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the steam-powered Etch-a-Sketch.
I recount the fight I had.
Okay.
About how like I was as strong as that version and I couldn't wrestle them down and I got pulled into the air and they were able to match my strength, which is uncommon.
Okay, so
And Green Streak tried to basically move through. We got Speedster explain who Green Streak is,
Yeah.
and what they did and how it just them hitting this other person fucked them up so bad.
Yeah. So the next part of the day is trying to settle on a ranking system of like how powerful someone is.
Breakfast time. That's what we call that.
Yeah.
Kid goes on a run while that's happening.
Yeah. So there's like a period of time where they're settling on this like combination of like color and the Lee scale. Actually, a lot of them like the way the Lee scale works because it's like captured this sort of like blood pressure situation in the brainstem. And your Dr. Light is like, oh, that's why those sensors were so effective.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I'd known that sooner.
Kit coughs. Also, Kit introduced themselves as Caduceus. I want to retcon that.
Caduceus,
because that
got it.
feels
Okay.
important. Yeah.
Got it.
Mhm.
Got it. So let's see. Yeah. And this is also, I don't feel like we need to just do like a dump truck, lower dump all at once. If there are questions or things that come up that we need to, we can always like refer back to this, or like you have a common knowledge source.
Sure.
Now.
Great.
These Dr. Lights will probably never disconnect. and we'll be kind of obsessed with what they're doing now. So,
Hell yeah.
Doctor's Light. Thank you. That's
Doctors.
That never goes wrong ever.
They are now
No.
the Spectrum.
yes, the spectrum. Yeah.
It's gay.
Oh,
And
maybe they're like calling each other like Dr. Red and Dr.
Right.
Blue.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh.
I
Okay.
will pull our Dr. Light away just briefly at some point today to ask about my knife, if possible.
Okay. Oh yeah, we'll get to that. Oh, one last bit of lore I do want to add is, your Dr. Light is like maybe the smartest. Like they're all super geniuses, but she figured out how to get all of the portals connected or the teleporters connected, and they're all like kind of looking to her as the leader, right? So.
We got the best one.
Dimension.
Best dimension.
So just for what it's worth, your Dr. Light is the coolest. And they just keep calling her Dr. Light. Everyone else is like Dr. Red, Dr. Blue, Dr. Purple.
Wow.
Or Dr. Rainbow. Dr. Spectrum? Nah, we can workshop it.
Are there any doctors from Brian's dimension?
Yeah, Yellow. There's a Dr. Yellow. Yeah. Right? Or Amber? Or
Amber,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. Sort of in
Okay.
between yellow and orange. Right? Is that the color of Amber?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, but they're they didn't know you in your dimension, so they don't really have a like
Right.
you know. But that's like the cyberpunk doctor, you
Yeah.
know, who's got like this lit up visor and you know.
I'm just wondering, does this open up anything for Brian, or does he remember anything more about where he was from?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
looking at that.
I mean, we had that excellent moment last time, and as far as I'm concerned, you, the player, can insert all of that, right?
Okay,
Like
cool.
your power is to adapt and protect you from harm.
Yeah.
Right? And I interpreted that, but kind of behind the scenes with what you had interpreted or explained to me, I was like, well, that could include emotional harm,
Right.
right? How can I protect myself? Ooh, lock this memory away. And
If there's time, Brian's gonna try to get a moment with Dr. Amber and just ask, is there a Tony's there? And he's gonna describe what he once remembered as.
Sure.
His original Tony's.
Yeah, so she isn't sure, but she does like a search and finds Tony's Arcade based on your description and shows you, you know, like screen shares, right? And shows this like holographic version of like a video game arcade that is mostly like people wearing headsets and stuff.
Yeah.
In like
Power gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, you can absolutely.
Is the owner still alive?
I'm gonna leave that up to you, Joe.
Okay.
You can decide that.
Yeah, he's alive.
Okay. Yeah. He's listed here as the active owner. Yeah. He and his son run the place together.
His son, Vincent?
Yes. And his other son's been missing. Can I have you listed as Tony's son?
Probably.
Yeah. Okay. So
I had a backstory for that, but yeah, basically that's what happened.
Yeah. I was gonna say like there's like adoption paperwork and
he was signed over to Tony. Yeah.
Yeah. And so yeah, Tony and Vincent are there running the shop, and you've been, well, yeah, you, not some other Brian, you have been listed as missing for 20 years.
If it's all right, I'd like to not change that.
That's fine. I won't contact anyone if you don't want me to, but
Thank you. I just need some time.
okay. It's also in the sort of top-down exploration here. They're not totally confident about sending people back and forth between dimensions yet. Like, this is going to have, like, they're all like, yeah, okay, we're definitely on a path to make this work. But as of right now, the oranges are coming through weird. And we don't, like, they're like, yeah, purple, send to yellow. And then it goes to blue.
Yeah.
Like, wait, why though? Why?
Turned it inside out, and then it exploded.
Yeah, that's happened a couple times, I think. Or like they sent it orange and got a glass of orange juice, like an actual like glass.
Oh, yes.
Like, Wait, what? Someone's glass of orange juice disappeared off their table.
Love that.
Or it was an
Where's my
orange
drink?
that came back with glass juice.
Yes, yeah. Exactly. I don't know what that means,
Don't
but
drink
yes.
it.
Okay, so anything else of things that we should establish in this like first day of contact?
I'm gonna get a little FaceTime with Rose.
Yeah. Okay.
Down here.
Let's do that. Yeah.
Just,
They step aside with you. And like,
Yeah, when they're like, well, we got to talk about the numbering system.
Yeah.
All right, it's time. Want to grab some breakfast?
Yeah, and clothes actually can.
Probably a good idea.
So they just invite you to their room, right? As they're like totally self-conscious, just like walks in the room, gets changed. You okay?
Sorry. I did not mean to say that out loud.
Just yeah.
I want to turn around, but I also want to see the tattoos.
They also haven't indicated that you should turn around
Yeah.
or any like the door's standing open. They're just like getting dressed, and they're like talking as so. What is the conversation you want to have while this is at, or are you able to maintain a conversation?
I would imagine they're talking, doing most
Yes.
of the talking at this point.
Yeah. They're like positing thoughts and big ideas and all this going on. So
And I'm thinking, this is very familiar, but also the door is open, so maybe with everybody else, not really paying attention, trying to decipher all these clues, context clues, and what? Ask me a question.
yeah.
Oh,
Social cues are so hard.
Sure.
Yep.
Get a chance on.
Yeah.
So yeah, they get dressed and they're off to the kitchen, I guess.
Yeah, I get a Iron Maiden shirt that has the arms cut off.
Yeah.
And Chainsaw's been working out a lot
Nice.
now, so just trying to get back into superhero shape.
Yeah, I love it.
Mhm.
Is that like Mr. Incredible scene? You know the Incredibles? Yeah.
Yes.
Lift
Yeah.
the car.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Still a workout. Let's pushing freight trains and yeah.
But doesn't shave his chest like every superhero
No,
in the movie.
get out of here.
Why
with
would
that.
you?
I
Yeah.
don't understand.
Be
You're-
like Wolverine.
Your body's
Yeah.
fine the way it is. You don't have to change it. So what did you want to talk to them about? Or you just want to
Nothing in particular.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you're just you get to shoot the shit. They have theories and ideas, and also like, do I need to tell the press? You know, is kind of their
Yeah,
like,
probably not yet.
yeah. That's the like kind of back and forth of like, what do I even like? What? This is the greatest discovery in the history of any of our universes, and I think I have to keep it a secret. And it's just like blowing their mind a little bit. Like this shouldn't be a secret.
We could tell Doreen.
God
Then it
damn
wouldn't be a secret.
They're mad. Okay. Cool.
I'm just doing my best to be a little charming.
Yeah. All right. Let's
And funny.
Okay. Let's just throw a roll into it.
All right.
It's not a pose because they're not trying to not be charmed by you. So let's roll performance or persuasion, whichever one you prefer.
One persuasion.
And roll with a +1 because this is an exciting day and they're interested in what you have to say. So two different things.
It's an exciting day.
It's cocked. It's cocked again.
See, I mean,
Come on.
I don't want it to be. I couldn't even finish that joke.
All right.
I wish you would.
I got a pair of 10s.
Did you really?
Yay!
Okay. It goes extremely well, and by the end of this, like, yeah, I've pictured you like standing over the island in the kitchen, like,
Yeah.
eating and chit-chatting and like grabbing stuff, opening a bag of chips, whatever. And at the end of this is a very like, leaning in and like that body language is, opening up and
There's a sentence that has come to me, John, in the recent weeks, like talking to people out on the picket line where I'm like making new friends and I'm like, this social interaction is going very well. I'm nailing this social interaction.
yes, that.
They're touching his forearm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's like, are you okay? Because they're leaning.
Yeah.
Kit comes in and like, your heartbeat's going crazy. What's Oh.
Is this a weird time for me to be here, or should I help?
Bye.
Suddenly, it's like, anger vibes. Okay.
Right.
I would love for Kit to walk in like, oh, you two are into each other?
I can fully do that. I can make that happen.
Those are my favorite, like that's my favorite brand of awkwardness is
Right.
just like making the subtext text
Yeah,
of like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was watching Shadow and Bone this week,
I
and
think Kit walks in and is like, "Oh, it's great that you two are talking more."
okay, great. Are we adding that for sure?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
100%. Because I feel like that's just the Kit's not going to be like, "You're dating," but we'll pick up and be like, "Oh, nice. This is cute."
like, don't talk about it. You're gonna make it go away.
I was just coming in for breakfast, and I will leave to have breakfast somewhere else.
You can stay if you want.
Yeah, sure. So to be, clear, like Rose is not embarrassed
No,
by this,
of course not. I am.
Yeah. Rose is the like confidence we all wish we had, I
Yeah.
think. It's
Yeah.
like how I'm picturing them.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, we are, like this is going great. Grab what, hang out with us if you want, and like touches your forearm again.
Mhm. Leans in, hang out with us. I'm like, what does that mean? What does that mean? Are we in us now?
Gonna have eggs.
Yeah, we got
Okay.
some egg sandwiches. We can some breakfast tacos, a burrito.
Jesus, y'all have been cooking.
I actually have been cooking. Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't all chef.
Nice. I'm gonna head back down. I was just coming in from my getting ready for the day, so I need to talk to Dr. Light about something, but and
Cool.
maybe apologize for keeping a secret a little bit.
Uh-oh.
I don't feel bad about that one.
What secret?
Oh, the whole brain stems exist and help us with our powers.
I mean,
thing.
that's a... I was going to say, maybe saying that to every doctor in every dimension may have been a little premature. I'm just hoping that, because we don't know any of them yet.
Yeah, but yeah. I was just worried that, if these two that we know about now find out before all the smartest people in the dimension find out,
Yeah, that's true.
that might be a trouble in itself.
But what if one of them's working with them?
You can't do this to me.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay, well then I'm going to go have a conversation away from the monitors with our Dr. Light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be fine.
Have a good talk, you two.
Sure.
Okay.
Sink into the shadows.
Just Homer Simpson into the
Yes,
hedge.
Exactly.
What's I want to check in with Sapna. What's happening?
I feel like at some point, like, they started talking about scales and,
Yeah.
like, the caffeine crash. The
Yeah.
caffeine and sugar crash.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the
From
energy,
all of
like there's only
those
so long you
causes.
can sustain even like the most excited feeling if this is like the greatest scientific discovery in the history of ever.
Kinda makes you more
Eventually
tired
you're gonna
after
need
the
a nap,
wears
yeah.
off,
Yeah.
yeah.
Are you basically making like frappuccinos? That sort of thing?
I did. And now
Now it's like 3 p.m.
Sapna is curled up, like, has absconded back, like, dragging a blanket.
Mhm.
It's like, someone wake me up if the world is ending. But before that, I feel like
Do you curl up like in a corner of the basement of the
mhm,
lab somewhere? Okay.
there's a chair down there.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, there's that room where Frost was before he was taken in. You could probably like get some like close the light in there a little bit. It doesn't stink. They cleaned it.
no, it's not about the snake. It's about like
The vibe.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't
Stinks
know
of
that Sapna's
sleaziness.
really into like sleeping in the interrogation room.
Sure. I
Like
mean,
the
there's
smell?
a cot and a.
Drag the cot out of the
Dragging the cat out of the room.
Okay. Okay.
But also just a quick check-in with Brian. But like, big day.
Brian was distracted and he kind of like just registers that you were talking to him. Yes. Very big. Very big day. A lot of information. A lot of new information. Are you okay?
I mean, out of the two of us, you're the one with the evil twin currently, so
Right. Yes. I have an evil self out there. Potentially destroying planets. I don't know how to do this.
we could do what we
Tony's
always do.
alive.
Yeah.
My Tony is alive.
That's awesome.
But Vincent's Tony isn't.
And you can lay that one solidly at evil doppelganger's feet too, you know. Just to reiterate what I've already said.
It's not fair.
No, it's not. But we'll kick his ass. We're good at that.
We're going to get that motherfucker.
Yes, we are. The whap. On the shoulder.
I'm glad you're here. All of us. I hope this never has to happen again. To anyone. Because it feels awful. I don't like it.
Yeah, it fucking sucks.
I need to know who this watchman is.
I'm sure Purple over there will be happy to give you whatever information she has.
I don't like talking to the screens. Because they all look the same.
That's why they put the color coding.
How do we know they're okay to trust? I mean, Watchmen came from a purple. And so did Phase Shift.
True. But we have evil people here too. There are evil people everywhere. And it hurts me to say this. But at least in the moment, give them the benefit of the doubt. And then later, if it turns out that they really are evil, we'll go kick their ass too.
You sound different.
I had 6 frappuccinos.
God, that's so much coffee.
So much sugar.
And dairy, honestly. Eh, they were made with almond milk.
If you're
Yeah,
willing
there you
to
go. There you go.
if you're willing to trust them, then I will too. For now.
For now. I'm gonna go pass out on this bed that I dragged out of that room.
I do want to note that they, let's say Brian Chu, they put the name up, the purple Dr. Light, and she's explaining like, so this isn't a typo. His name is Brian with an E, but not where you'd expect it to be. And it's E Brian,
Yes. Yes.
CHIU, for the last name.
Sorry, I don't know if anybody else reads the comic too.
No, is it spelled the same?
No.
Oh, okay.
But don't worry about it.
Okay.
Now, is it E Bryan Bryon or Brian?
Oh, I want it to be the same as yours. Is it YON?
That's YON, correct?
Or-
It can be.
Or do you want it to be something else?
The backstory is we're not sure that's actually a last name.
Oh,
But it's Bryon.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that's what they have on
Yeah.
file for him.
But I mean, yeah, it can be anything.
Tight.
And that doesn't have to be your last name.
Right.
Just his last name.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
CHIU. Okay. So we'll push through this day a little bit, I think. If there isn't anything specific we want to assess, I mean, there's a lot happening. There's a lot to do. You're all, roped in at various times of like, hey, can you help with this? Can you do this? Can you do one of these? At various times, you've all seen another version of yourself on the screens except for Brian. And that's just happens during the day. Although you don't really get like, they'll be like, here, yeah, introduce yourself. And then Dr. Light is, okay, we're done. And goes back to the work. So they're trying to figure out how to do that. Yeah, so through the course of that day, there is, I want to go like 5 p.m. The sugar and caffeine crashes are real. It's worse than you felt at 3 a.m. probably. Is that fair?
Oh yeah.
And you're not actually able to nap because your body's all fucked up. Well, except for Brian, who could just nap because he didn't.
Brian's having heavy feels right now.
Yeah, okay. But you may recall our first encounter with Omega Sentinels was with a villain known as the Mechanist,
Yes.
who disappeared, and the Omega Sentinels were never able to capture him. And it turns out he's in the news.
No fucking way.
Yep. He has shown up on the island of Pompeii. Is that the name of the island? Pompeii? That was the name of the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
The island that Pompeii was on.
yeah, that one. The Mechanist has appeared there, has an army of like Ultron-like robots. They're no longer these like janky Detroit car, kludged together robots. They're like pretty high functioning Ultron kind of stuff. Yep.
Pompeii's just on the coast of Italy. It's not
Oh.
really an island.
Oh shoot. There's like an island out there.
Sicily?
Sardinia?
Sardinia. Sure. Let's go with that. I need a really small one though. Maybe Crete? Yeah.
Crete.
Let's go with Crete. So he has claimed Crete as his robot nation and has ejected all of the people who live there. Well, no. He has rounded up all the people who live there and is going to like ship them to the mainland if the UN will acknowledge his claim and this new country of his.
Thanks.
So
Does he have a name for the country?
Roboton.
Robot.
I've been sitting on that one.
You know what? He
I'm
may
so
have
glad I asked.
improved his robots, but he's not getting any points for creativity here.
No. He does have a
You are,
cadre.
though. That's hilarious.
He has a cadre of like human followers who like want to live in his country. But he is certainly pinnacle level power. And a lot of the like Mediterranean heroes, even Pinnacles, are not necessarily like aligned to fight him specifically. And this news is coming out like right now. Like he has just made the announcement, and Rose is like pinging everybody to get to Atticus Logan's, Green Streak, get to his situation room. And the briefing goes along the lines of Rose saying like, look, this is a chance for our new team to shine. A lot of the heroes in Europe right now aren't geared to take on someone like the Mechanist. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I bet you want a second shot at this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially now that 2 times can't interfere.
No, he cannot.
I'm not going to be very useful against metal.
Nobody does have a number of human followers.
And we get hurt.
And
Yeah.
the citizens of Crete could need you as well. We don't know how much they've been hurt.
Yeah.
He
Just-
claims everyone is fine. I don't know if that's true.
Just, I should probably stay back from more of the fighty
Upfront
parts
fighting,
of
right.
this. But yeah,
So,
All right.
are we ready to get in
Yeah.
gear?
Yeah, how do we get there?
I've arranged something.
Oh, I like the look on your face.
So there's a low flying. They explained there's a low flying like modified SR-71 Blackbird that's coming in very fast but slow for it, right? And they explain. So what we're gonna have you do is jump and grab onto it, and it should be fine. It's all set up, and they're just gonna like pull you up inside.
Mm.
So,
We're like getting airlifted out of here.
yes,
Okay.
yeah, just a little sky hook situation. It's going fast, but the G's shouldn't mess you up too bad.
Okay.
Brian gets in position.
Put on my harness.
Yeah. Sapna, you look concerned.
I feel like someone is going through like the worst hangover right now.
Yeah, yeah.
That
you-
caffeine hangover.
do you want help?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
If someone
Kit, you're also able to prep someone's body to sustain a lot of G's.
Yeah.
If you wanted to roll your power, you could like split your dice between you and Sapna to like cushion yourselves.
Sure. Also, do I get my stabby stab for this mission?
Oh yeah, let's rewind to that
Oh,
real
shit.
quick.
Okay.
So yeah, you get a moment with Dr. Light because the others are having a meeting of like, we should come up with ranks, and they know that Dr. Light is their general or whatever, and they're like having a conversation about what that should be, and so Dr. Light's released from that conversation. And she says, I'm so glad we got a chance to talk. I've been analyzing your knife all day.
How?
And, in this like, scanner thing that's on her desk, you realize like, oh, it's been in there. Okay.
Been working.
And she's just split her attention because she can do 15 things at once.
Oh, that's what the left hand has been doing this whole
Yeah.
time.
Go ADD, super ADD powers.
Yeah, that's like such my self-insert. The self-insert fantasy, I should say. She says, so this is very exciting. I'm excited. I don't know if you will be. I find it incredibly interesting that this is organic steel. It's not like living, but it is organic. This was created by his body. It's not so many material manifestors can just combine molecular material and whatever. Like Chef is not creating food from his body.
Right.
Just like, yeah, that's not what's happening. Chef works in a slightly different way, but it seems like Frost actually like a component of his body is put into the things he makes. And so this is closer to bone than steel, but it is the strength of steel.
It's like my suit.
Yeah, it's a lot closer to that than anything else. And I think if you extended your will into it a little bit, I think it should have an effect. And I wish you would.
Kit picks up the blade and focuses on it for a moment. I want to try to change it.
Okay.
Form of a wrench.
A stethoscope.
Yeah. You get like kind of a crooked wrench.
Yeah.
It's just your first try.
Sure, yeah. It's not great, but it's something.
So then Dr. Light says, hey, and
Yep.
you look and see her, and she's pointing a gun at you, and the knife just goes like it's like a millimeter thick,
Mhm.
right? But just goes, whoop, she doesn't fire the gun,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
But just
it's
the
just-
reaction was
Mhm.
enough to like, you have this like, oblong. So it's sort of like if you took a Viking-sized round shield and
Sure.
just pulled it into an oval.
Mhm.
It's that, and there's like
Mhm.
enough for you to like hold it on in
Yeah.
your hand.
Stretched buckler.
Yeah. Stretch buckler.
Amazing.
So
Please don't point guns at me.
I'm sorry. I thought it might work, and it did. I apologize for being so right.
Okay.
So
Please
you
don't
can't
be right like
scale
that
at that
again.
sentence.
Feel called out.
Just be right in different ways in the future.
I will not point a gun at you again. I'm
Right.
sorry for that.
Okay, thank you. Just tries to turn it back into a knife.
Yeah. It's like it wants to go back to a knife.
Wants to be nice.
So when you stop concentrating, it like goes back to its original form.
Cool. Thank you. I already thought this was really cool, and now it's cooler.
All right. Let me know what else you get it to do. I'd like to categorize its capabilities.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's like really excited.
I'm really excited.
And like when you go up to the like an hour later, you're going up to Rose's like, I gotta tell you about the Mechanist, right? You get a text from Dr. Light like, don't forget to tell me if the knife does anything, right? Or what you
Send
do
a
with the knife.
thumbs up back.
Yeah. And then an hour later, maybe she has it automated.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
don't forget to tell me. Except it's probably AI, so it's like a slightly modified message every
Right,
time, but
right.
it's right on the hour.
Mhm. Just gonna turn the ringer off on my phone.
Yeah. Silence that
And
message
block
chain.
Dr. Lay.
Just like I will
Um,
block you.
Amazing.
Just for today.
just for right now.
And for chat, yeah, we're actually gonna I wasn't gonna have them settle on military ranks, but it was just to get the conversation going.
Mhm.
So
Okay, so I'm gonna help out Sapna and I back in the. We're about to be picked up by a plane.
yep.
Okay, all right, okay.
So you
Actually,
need 2 matches.
I have 3 matches.
Oh my. Okay.
Wow.
What do you want to do with the other match?
Hell yeah.
Well, there's one for each of us to hold G's and be better at that, correct?
Yep.
I'm gonna use the other one to help Sapna not feel like she's dying of
Oh,
hangover.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, now that you have permission to operate. it's-
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've got 2 3s, 2 6s, 2 4s.
Okay. Cool.
So
Pooja, have you ever had a migraine in real life?
More often than I would ever
Uh,
wish on anyone.
I feel that. I'm with you. You know that, or for me, when it starts to go away, there's this like cool feeling that goes down my spine. Like, I don't, does that happen for
Ooh.
you?
That's
Oh,
amazing.
it's
I
a-
wish that would happen
Okay,
for me.
it is incredible when it happens. Is this just like cooling, like somebody dropped an ice cube into my skull, and it feels great. I can't explain that, but that's what Sapna feels right now. It's just an ice cube just goes like boink into your skull, and just all of that flushes out of your system to have you basically at equilibrium of however you should feel at 5 p.m.
Nice.
Including the like flushing. Is it adenosine that's like fucks up your tiredness levels? Like,
mhm.
yeah, when you're asleep a long time, you build up adenosine. And when you don't get enough sleep, it starts to come back. And
Yeah, and the thing about caffeine is that it actually plugs into those same receptors,
Yeah.
so it just fucks you way up.
yeah, it's like, oh, you don't need more adenosine. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to eventually need that. So yeah, you're able to reset all of that. You feel great.
Really.
Ooh, should bottle that.
Yeah, that is why I don't look dead on my feet right now. Let's go.
Okay.
Like walking up, I imagine we're going like atop of a building or something like that.
Yeah, you go up on top of the lodge. There's
Like-
there's a little like.
So what you're
crow's
saying
nest.
is like, I can drink all I want, and then you can just get rid of the hangover.
Conceptually, that is something I could do, but I do have to. My power isn't always. It's a limited reserve, so use sparingly.
All right. I can already drink a lot. not really feel too much the next day. So it's all
I mean, I'll be there if you do it on accident, but
Yeah.
don't bank on it.
Okay. So, what's the slowest an SR-71 can fly? So 200 knots. That's nothing. What does that mean? What's knots in miles per hour? I love the internet.
In English.
Stop talking to me in sailor.
Oh, it's only 240 miles an hour. So this 240 mile an hour skyhook is coming along.
Brian and I are like, oh boy.
Yeah. It's going pretty low, right? But it's not breaking the sound barrier or anything. So it's staying along. It's clearly been modified to some extent. This is not, like, Atticus does not own this jet, but Rose called in a favor to get to use it. And
She's got the DOD on speed dial.
sure. Yeah, I mean, I think they know a lot of people in a lot of
Got an
weird
X
ways.
there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a lot of connections like that. Like, not a bad ex,
No,
just,
no,
you know.
they're on good terms.
Yeah.
They're on get a fighter jet terms.
Yeah, I think
Pretty
Rose
good.
is that, like, everyone's favorite ex.
Mm.
That like, it was amicable.
We got together and we knew we were on a time clock. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was fun. And then it was over. And yeah.
I've got 3 months in DC. Let's make the most of it.
Uh-huh. So anyway, the four of you get hooked into this jet. The two of you can really feel like if we hadn't been, you could feel like your joints and everything have been reinforced. Like, oh yeah, that could have ripped your arm out of your socket. Like, going from 0 to 240 miles an hour is a lot. But you're able to, like, haul yourselves up into the jet.
Fucking speedsters.
Oh yeah, I think Green Streak just, like, jogs along, I'm using air quotes, and hops to get, like, uses his momentum to, hey guys, I'm glad we all got here. And yeah, the five of you are on the jet, and then the jet accelerates to well beyond the speed of sound. And actually, Sapna, I don't know if you've ever traveled in a supersonic vehicle before.
Definitely not.
Will you roll stability for me, please?
Ooh. That's spicy.
You're outrunning sound.
Yeah. I mean, there's always, like, the relative speed of, like, inside the cabin and
Right.
everything, but I feel like there could be some disorientation here.
Yeah.
Loss of hearing, like outside, most likely.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. Pair of fives.
Okay. As of
Well,
right now,
Some fives.
I think maybe to some degree your pull and play is always operating in the background. Not always consciously, but, like, those moments where somebody's speaking and you can't quite hear them, you're just always like, turn up the dial a little bit. That power goes dead for a moment. And you're just now, didn't realize how much you were dampening the sound in the jet, and, like, it's loud and you can't hear the stuff you want to hear. And there's just a disorienting moment of, like, and you feel it slide away from you, like, to the back of the jet, basically. And for an hour or so, it's pretty disorienting. And eventually your ears pop, sort of, and, yeah, you're back.
It's like that first hour is just like
Well,
just like,
Well,
like constantly turning her head and
Yeah.
like
not having control over what you can hear.
doing that thing where she puts her hands over her ears and like
Yeah, you're like,
blows out her cheeks.
Wah, 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 wah. Yep. Cool. Anything in flight we need to establish? This is slightly modified, meant to carry, like, 16 people. It's got those, like, jump seats on the sides of the thing, and then the like bottom part opens up like a little like bottom part.
Like a bomb.
Bombay doors, yes. Thank you. Wow. Yeah, this like flaps it open in the floor and they close back up again. So there are like a couple of like Air Force officers on board, and they ask if anyone needs a parachute for dropping from 40,000 feet. Would anyone like one?
Brian will take one.
Okay, great. You know for a fact you don't need one.
Yeah.
It's just up to you. And Brian, you know you don't need one too, but
That's
if you...
for safety if someone else's fails.
Oh, okay, great.
Just holds it in your hands.
Yeah, I'll give me one.
Okay, yeah, great. Green Streak takes one, and yeah, and so Green Streak explains like, okay, so the Mechanist has already started erecting some walls at the edge of the island, so we're gonna drop in inside of that. Hopefully, we'll all land together. And he like pulls up a little like holographic platform that Dr. Light has been putting together, right? So he's like gesturing like in this like northeast part of the island. I'm gonna have us drop in there. It looks like the least concentration of the machinery, and we should be able to like get a foothold there and fight from there with the most care for the citizens, of course. And we can't let this fucker get away.
No.
And he offers you a fist bump. Yeah.
It's like Escape from Roboton.
Yeah.
I am going to learn from the last thing that we went on and use this point before we jump off to beef up my armor a little bit.
Oh, sure.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a question.
Mhm.
Mechanically, what armor does my suit have?
Yeah. You have 2 light armor. So that reduces all shock damage to 1. You don't have to memorize this, but and all killing damage over 2. Well, no. Your first 2 killing damage is reduced to shock damage, and then you take whatever killing damage is above that as killing damage. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Or close enough to sense? Okay.
Um,
And your armor without any modification, everybody's basic super suit that Dr. Light can make you definitely has 2 LAR, light armor. But if we need to modify it in some way, we can. I don't think either of you need modified modifications because you're already treated as armor. So
cool. I'll roll. And also, we did do some alterations to this power, so I will use your help to use this in the correct way.
So what'll happen is you're rolling. In this case, you don't really need to because you have a wiggle die in it.
Mm-hmm.
So you just tell me how many dice do you want to assign to your armor. And if you say, I'm putting 3 dice into my armor. Okay, well, now you have LAR of 3.
Okay.
Or 5,
So
right?
I take some of these away from my...
Yes, because you automatically succeed at activating your power.
Sure.
And then when you use your power, you say, okay, well, I've put 3 into my armor, so I have 3 less biokinesis right now.
Okay. And I also have the direct feed a bit negative on my power now.
Oh,
Which means that
yeah.
I do need to roll to see and deduct willpower for the rest of the time.
Yes, yeah, because the width is spent in willpower.
Mhm.
We do have to roll. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna take the lowest width that I have.
Well, you
with
have
2
to pay the highest width.
The highest width.
Yeah, not with your wiggle die.
Not with my. That it's still 2.
Okay. Yeah. You don't have to put the wiggle die on an existing pair.
Yeah. So I
Okay.
have the highest pair that I have is 2.
Okay.
Or I
So
could make 2 attempts.
so you pay 2 willpower.
Yes.
For chat, Caduceus's pronouns are he, him, and Kit's pronouns are they, them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and while we're on this mission, Silent Scream's pronouns are also they, them.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Silent scream, they, them.
Okay. So.
Please correct me if I mess that up. I want to be corrected.
Yeah, I'm gonna put 3 dice into my armor.
Okay.
For the rest of this time.
Cool. And then you can turn that off at any point.
Right.
All right. So that's fine.
I've also got, I had, before we left, Dr. Light make the flying squirrel membranes on my suit again that'll like tear off or something like that once we get down.
Wingsuit.
Yeah. I mean, you also can survive a 40,000 foot superhero landing.
Right. I just want to be able to aim better.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a good point, actually.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, or like a big gust like throws you into the ocean. You're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Not this again.
Unless we can treat your Aegis power as like also hang glider.
That would be interesting. Huh.
I mean, it's kind of cool to think about, right?
Mm-hmm. So I can put that up and it can catch the wind.
Yeah,
I can like Mary Poppins down.
yeah, yeah, or hang glider, or however you want to shape it would be. I don't know. That's one option.
I mean, I really like just barreling into the ground like a meteor.
Well, sure, but if you wanted to use it to like direct you, like you said, like get a little bit of
But
control.
that's what the squirrel thing is for, so I can just like lean into what side I want to go.
Sure.
And then when I get down, I don't want to have all the flappy things under my arms, so they just unzip or something. I don't know.
Love that. I'm making a note for myself. Ready?
Cool. And Kit actually turns into a flying squirrel.
Yes. For an all.
Yep.
This is Caduceus now.
Oh yeah, Caduceus. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So any other prep before we drop? Okay. So you drop out of the air.
Ah!
Yeah. I mean, let's just pick up there, right? Anything we
Yeah.
need to establish on the plane? No.
No.
Okay.
Down we go.
Cool. Can you pass me a Kleenex when you get a chance? Let's. So we're dropping out. Is Sentinel first or last out of the plane?
First.
First. Okay. Who's last?
Probably Caduceus, because he wants to look out to see if anyone is in trouble and be able to handle that on the way down.
Okay.
If anything goes wrong,
Okay. Cool.
Brian's probably third because he wants to hold back with the extra parachute.
Yeah. In case anyone has
Yeah.
trouble on the way down. So you okay with second?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna say. Well, I feel like we know that Sentinel. I keep wanting to call you Patriot. Sentinel has done a fair amount of jumping out of airplanes.
Yeah.
Okay. Sapna, how many times have you jumped out of an airplane?
This makes one.
Okay. Is it unfair if I ask
How
you to
many
roll some dice
combat
about
drops?
it?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, would I jump out with you guys? Maybe like you go ahead and go first, but would you even go?
I mean, this is the thing that we're doing.
Yeah.
And far be it from Sapna to ever let anyone show her up at anything.
yeah. And you
Uh,
can
there it
fly. So if worse comes to worse, you can.
Oh, that is
yourself
true.
up
Yeah,
and
yeah.
up.
You have an emergency cord. I feel like this could be an endurance check.
Ooh.
Because it's about waiting and timing and keeping your shit together. Does that feel okay?
Yeah, just
All
gonna
right.
put on the
It's been
record, Sarah would never do this. I will never do this in my life.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I feel like I want to do, but I would get up there and then not do it.
Yeah, I have a major phobia of heights, but I've always wanted to go skydiving, but I've never spent the money on it because I don't know if I would actually do it.
I'm comfortable with heights, like from a tall building. I am
Not me, I will
scared of
fall over.
flying. I have like flying anxiety. And so the comment, like I like being up high. I like looking down and like I used to teach rock climbing, right? Like
Yeah.
I love that feeling, but flying is terrifying to me because I'm not in control of why I'm up so high.
Love heights, physically bad with drops. And skydiving is just a really long drop that
Yes.
then goes kunk with a parachute.
Yep.
I would be passed out. I would be gone.
Yeah, that like Tower of Terror kind of thing, the uppy
Yeah.
downy rides. Like,
Yeah.
no, I hate that.
When
So-
I'm not physically sick, I'm passed out. Why would I do it?
Sapna, how many dice did you get to roll?
3.
3 dice. How'd we do?
Got a 10, an 8, and a 6.
Oh, okay. Well, look, that's what the book describes as beginner's luck. When all the dice are over 5, like 6 and up, I'm kind of supposed to give you a shitty success. So we get to a point of like you're dropping, and I want you to characterize like how does the panic like manifest? Of like, do you pull too soon? Is it you're waiting and waiting, and then you're either like are forgetting to pull it too soon, or aiming for the wrong part of the island, or like, how do you want to characterize that?
I think somebody's like, yeah, sure, totally cool. I can do this. Jumps out, immediately starts bicycling her feet. That's gonna help.
Yeah. Oh, I got this. I'm in control of the situation.
Yes, this is definitely like a limbs going everywhere. What the fuck is happening? Kind of
Yeah.
situation. And then
Chainsaw is like upside down, looking back, going, no, not like that.
Don't do that.
And then, like, thanks to, like, Chainsaw being like, oh, no, now. Just at the very last second.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, this cord. This cord is the one.
Amazing.
Right here, this one, not these ones. This one.
Yeah. The strap.
Yeah, not the straps.
Yeah. That would be if
Tighter
all the
and tighter
dice were
on
under
your shoulders.
5.
Yeah.
So it is very, like, there's some spinning going on. There's
Yeah.
some, like, it could be graceful
It's
if
kind of
someone else was
impressive.
doing it.
Yeah, maybe next time. You get it next time.
It'll be fine. No one saw.
Yeah, I forgot that you don't actually need a parachute either. But you've probably never flown at 40,000 feet before, which is a little scary for anyone.
Also, I just lost half my powers.
Yeah, that was a weird. I mean, they slowed down to under the,
Like,
for the drop off, but
but it's literally been 20 years since
yeah,
there was silence
yeah,
or silence that I didn't create
Yeah.
or noise that I didn't want to hear.
yeah.
So like this all
Mm.
feels correct.
It's that like cold feeling in your gut of like, is it gonna work? Do my powers work the way I think they do? I love that. Okay.
Spooky.
So Brian, we don't really have to roll for if you land safely,
Mhm.
but if you land where you meant to land.
Yeah.
Actually, let's wind back to in that regard. We also care about Sentinels landing. Let's use endurance for this check. Sentinel, do you want to roll endurance for me?
Sure.
It's under your body skills.
There we go.
It's like 6, I think.
Because I'm not pulling unless I have to.
Yeah, this is really like, are you aiming where you need to
Yeah.
be?
Pair of 3s.
That's fine. You're gonna be a little off target,
Mhm.
but
I'm very excited.
it's still a success.
Yeah.
Right. So, you know what I'll do is it okay if I have you going a little too fast
Yeah.
and you like into the ground?
Mm.
Yes, crater.
Yeah. Okay. So you're like right on target.
I'm like, oh
Hey,
no.
everybody go there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably been at least 15 years since I've done this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I marked the landing for you.
Yeah.
You're welcome,
I
everyone.
found the spot.
Gotta be looking down going, oh no.
Okay. But yeah, that's not. This doesn't have a risk of injuring you because
Mhm.
yeah. So
I think a little way, like, Sapna feels better seeing you, like, not face plant, but kind of face plant.
Brian,
Mhm.
let's roll endurance.
All right.
Now, you do have a wiggle die on that.
I do.
think. So let's roll just to see if you can get the 10s. Because
I have a 10
okay, so
without my wiggle.
your wiggle die can make it a pair of
Mhm.
10s. No reason not to.
Okay.
So
Wow, that's impressive. None of those other dice match.
Yeah. I rolled 7 dice.
oh wow, you got a no match.
No match.
On 7. That's
Mm.
the second biggest dice pool I've ever seen. Do that. Holy crap.
Thank you.
That is like numerically notable.
I will
Yeah.
level up now. Thank you.
Yeah.
Take a thread.
Feels like you should. Okay. So yeah, but you have a pair of 10s, which means you land where and how you mean to.
I want it to just be a really ugly, like, I just thud into the ground and kind
Sure.
of.
You
roll
never
around a
open the
little bit.
chute, right?
No.
Yeah. You just.
But
like,
I'm more concerned with Brian's like protecting the chute because in case we need it later.
So maybe you land on your back, like you hug the chute and land on
Yeah.
your back. Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
like a little baby. He's like protecting it and rolling in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Like
won't work, but I love the concept of Brian landing like a spooked cat.
Yeah.
Like
That's very good.
Yeah.
Very evocative. Okay.
Just two.
Yeah.
Wile E.
The two of
Coyote.
them have just like planted into the ground because Brian went past you, right? When your chute opened, there goes Brian. Do you wave? Does he go by?
Once I see the chute is fine for Sapna, I like turn around and like I'm waving, and then Sapna's doing this incredible aerial display that Brian's like, oh, she's fine.
so beautiful.
She's majestic.
Is the falling fun for Brian? Is this okay?
Yeah, he's making like plane noises on the
Yeah.
way
Oh,
down.
of course he is. Here comes the plane.
The plane.
Now you are the plane.
Torpedo away!
You're the torpedo now. Yes.
Yeah, she.
Kit, how's it going?
Great.
Let's roll endurance.
Hey, I might only have 3 dice in endurance,
Do you want
but
to?
then I have a 4th one, and it's a wiggle die.
Oh right, you have
2
wiggle die in this
tens.
now. Okay, yeah. So equally, perfectly graceful landing.
Mm-hmm.
You and Sapna probably land about the same time. And the 4 of you are on the ground. Green Streak lands as well. Not gonna roll for him.
I started looking at maps, and Crete is one of the biggest islands in this area.
Oops.
Oh dang it! I need a little island.
Wait, I've got a couple.
Let's
in the
pick a different one.
oh god, Cyclades.
Impressive.
So there's
Cretus.
Ios, Milos,
Milos.
Senatos. I like Milos.
Okay.
I remember that from Assassin's Creed.
Patmos. I know it's pretty small. But Milos, let's do it.
Is there no Lesbos?
There absolutely is.
That's a real place.
I know.
Where did I put
It's
this?
probably just a bigger island than what we're looking
Yeah.
Could this be an artificial island that the Mechanist has constructed?
for. Well, it needs to be like a bunch of people that he's
got
taken
it.
hostage and
Got
all
it.
that.
Got it.
Yeah, Milos is beautiful. I would take over that island.
Jason.
What? No. The Mechanist would. That was a Mechanist line.
Yes.
I'm totally not the Mechanist.
Yeah.
I, Jason the Mechanist.
Okay, so the 5 of you land, and right away, oh shit, I forgot. There's anti-air. Okay, well, yeah, you did a halo jump, right? So you jumped from way high up and just bolted past where they would have been able to hit the anti-aircraft guns, and
Right. And part of the reason I have my squirrel suit is in case there are anti-aircraft guns, I can plow into them like I did in
yes, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so you could see them, like, there are guns pointed up that you all have just, like, slipped past. It's also, well, let's see.
I just can't react as fast enough. Yeah.
It's also, I think, anti-aircraft
What time
missiles
is it in Greece right now?
can only sense and target large objects, which is why people parachute in.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, and it is, like, 3 a.m. in Greece right now
Oh,
when
yeah.
you get there.
Not
So,
mine.
it's actually probably later. It's, like, dawn.
I do need to note that I had to message Heather and cancel.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, just as
Why are you busy?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, you all left Seattle-ish at around like 5 p.m.
Yeah.
and flew. So at 5 p.m. it's like 3 a.m. in Greece,
Cool.
and it'd probably take, I don't know, 4 hours at supersonic. I have no idea. It took this jet 4 hours to get there, so it's like 7 a.m. You know, yeah. So the 5 of you have landed, and now there are a lot of, well, yeah, I think there's a big dust cloud where you've landed. And what do you want to do? There's nobody shooting at you or yelling, or, I mean, you could hear people yelling and whatever, like people are responding to the fact that something big just landed in this courtyard area. I think you're at a little, like, probably just plowed through some street by where the ferries are supposed to come in or something like that, right?
displace.
What?
Displace. Once they know where you are, you got to displace. You
Oh,
gotta move.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, Green Streak is, yeah, Green Streak is kind of taking your advice as well, but is sort of leading the team, and is, says, okay, let me know when we're ready and I'll clear the dust.
Great.
All right. Yeah. So I figured we should like go down like a block or something.
Okay.
And then we need to get eyes on
Okay.
where the enemy is. Figure it out.
Okay, so Green Streak runs around and gets the dust to cover where you're trying to go, and then disperses the dust once you're all like in cover in there's like, I think it's because you're right where the ferry's supposed to come in. There's all these like tourist shops, right? And a lot of it's all like wrecked and falling. It's already wrecked, right? You guys aren't really gonna make this worse. But you could see like there's this like metal walls coming up from the edge of the island that are all they look like they're not pieces of something else that have been slapped in here. It's like it's extruded metal of some kind. Like it's not like sides of a ship or something.
Right.
It's like it grew up out of the ground. So what do you want to do?
Impressive, Mechanist. Well, I think if we've got a speedster with us, we should get some recon. Figure out. So we need to know where the prisoners are being held, and then where the main complex is.
Okay.
Like compared to where we are, we know I know we saw it from, a satellite picture or something.
Yeah, is there any recon that we got coming in
Yeah.
that is useful to us right now?
You know what? I saw a picture of Mila, so I'm gonna do a rough picture of it, and it's probably gonna look like the genitals, and there's just nothing I can do about that. It sort of looks like a horseshoe, because there's this bay. Oh, good. I don't think that looks like anyone's genitals.
Speakers.
I mean, yeah. So
If you turn it the other, never mind.
So this is kind of where you all came in, and we're gonna say there's like a big ferry boat dock here, and there's these like streets of shops and tourists and like places where you would sign up to go scuba diving and all that kind of stuff. And the main, like the sort of center of island government or whatever, there's this like big, excuse you. Oh, I selected a different tool by accident. There we go. There's like a big, sort of government house in the middle of the island, and then this wall has been erected all the way around. So this is loosely where you're trying to get to, and so if we need recon, Green Streak does a quick one round, right? Like checks out as much as he can, and he says, "Okay, there's armed guards. They've got rifles, some kind of rifle I don't recognize. Doesn't look like a military weapon. I think maybe he made it up. Like he means Mechanist, right? It might be his own invention. There's also robots, like dozens. There's so many, I didn't count them all. The courtyard to this space here, like, so this is like, let's say it's like a big horseshoe building with a courtyard out front with like flagpoles and all that kind of stuff. Here, he's collected all of the people who were on the island, hundreds of people, right? And they're in cages that he built, which sucks. He is, he didn't see the Mechanist himself yet, just in this first round, but there are like, everywhere he looked, there were at least 2 human soldiers, if not 4 or 6, and then a number of robots that made each group of them 8, right? So it's a group of 8 guards. At least 2 of them are human, and then that makeup sometimes shifts. So
Makes sense.
The last time he escaped, didn't he escape like with like a mole machine or something?
yeah, he drilled down into the like Detroit sewer system and
Yeah.
got out that way. Now, there's no sewer system here because this is an island, and you don't do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like, definitely plumbing, but
Yeah.
there's no, like,
Not like TMNT sewer system
yeah.
is what I mean. Certainly there is, yes, there is hot and cold running water and flushing plumbing.
There's the kind of sewer system that means you don't immediately have like horrific disease.
Yes.
yes.
So what do we want to do? This isn't Green Streak asking, it's your guide asking.
I think we need to get those people out of those cages and assault this I don't know, town center thing.
Yeah, I mean, any place that this person doesn't know where everyone is good for us, because the moment he knows where they are, the moment he can use them against us. So
Yeah.
Green Streak says, well, my concern is if we get the people out and he sees us doing that, he could target them
that's true.
if we don't take him out before we free them.
Yeah, we're gonna have to take
But
out.
If we go after him, then he's got all these people to
Yeah.
use as hostages.
Yeah. This is tricky.
Maybe split our attention.
Yeah, maybe a couple of us can go in, assault the building, while the other ones get the civilians to safety.
Okay.
Which begs the question.
I'll go on the latter mission. Feels more up my alley.
Where are we going to take these people? Did he?
Well, I mean, there
Down to
are
the docks.
like boats and stuff at the island still. It's just
Oh, okay.
it's really like protecting them to take care of the Mechanist, because like ultimately they live here. I mean,
Right.
most of the homes are smashed, but you know.
Yeah, and I mean, from your diagram, it looked like on the horseshoe, either end of the island is a little further away from the Mechanist, and
Yeah.
it's this middle part that we want them to be away from.
Yeah.
So as
Yeah.
long as we get them away from this center of action,
Yeah.
it should be safer. Yeah.
Brian's
Okay.
gonna volunteer to be part of the rescue
Okay.
and evacuation.
Okay. Also, for the record, all of the dogs and cats and pets on the island are fine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're all good. So,
They're all hanging out, playing cards,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
eating spaghetti.
Just want to make that
Mhm.
absolutely clear.
This is the one time they can really get that poker game going.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
The cats have all raided the fish shops that they
Yep.
normally just hang around waiting for somebody to give them fish.
Yeah.
But now
Like, great.
it's like all you can eat buffet.
Yep.
And we need to quietly take out the sentries, I think. So otherwise, they're just going to be able to fire back into us. So I think that's first. And then we split and take out
Oh, you mean the like perimeter guns?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
perimeter guns and then anybody who's watching
Yeah.
outside.
So Green Streak says, I don't know if I have enough punch to take out a perimeter gun.
I
Maybe you should be in charge of that. I'll head up the, roving guards. Maybe Brian and I can work on that. And then you two are going to get people out of the cages and...
I think it's Brian and I that are going to get people out of the cages.
Oh, I see.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'll do whatever, but Brian is more concerned about there are innocent people here.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay.
And
No, I
can
think you're
quietly
right.
take out roving sentries pretty easily.
Oh,
Especially-
true. Okay.
especially the
That's what
robotic.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. Great. Yeah, I hope those
Oh,
robots
God.
don't get vibrated too hard.
That might be bad for them.
Yeah,
hmm
they could really just fall apart. I mean,
Oh,
gee
no.
whiz.
Such a shame.
And for that matter, the sentry guns, actually, you might be...
Yeah, we brought a sonic cannon.
Yeah. Yep.
But we also want to start quiet. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to do this as initiative yet. We can just, you all can get I'm going to treat it as like an ambush action.
Right.
Right? So you're all going to get to do one thing. And then we're going to be in initiative with the Mechanist and his minions. So, who would like to do their thing first? Okay.
I'll do it. just want to take out the person operating the guns so that we don't have like big explosions and stuff.
Oh, those guns are like robotic.
Oh, they're robotic. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you give me a little silencer?
Sure thing.
All right.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna do my my like move through, just
Yeah. Yeah.
take out these things.
It's a great target for the the big kaboom.
Mhm.
And you have wiggle dice on your. That's to silence it, so that's not an issue. All right, well, let's roll your attack. Using
Great.
your.
Five hard
yeah,
dice.
Yeah, 5 hard dice. Never mind, I forgot. Yeah, so one of those. I'm gonna say there are like 8 sentry guns overall. One of them toast. I'm just gonna keep a tally here. And we know of at least 6 roving bands of guards.
Uh-huh.
So 6 times 8, 48, right? That's roughly what we're talking about. But 1 sentry gun, done. Sentry guns. But do you want to take out another one while we're doing this? Okay. Let's roll your attack. Now, do you want to? Oh, actually, you're not going to be able to multi-action, because you would have to roll the smaller of the 2 dice pools. And your pull and play is... Oh, no, you added dice to it, right?
Yeah, I have. It's 6 dice versus 7.
Okay, so then you have to roll the 6 die pool and take a die out of it if you want to attack the thing and keep it quiet.
Okay.
And then you need to also roll 2 matches in the process there.
Well, on my dice, I have a pair of 10s and a pair of 8s, and then I have 2 wiggle die.
So we're
And
talking
that's
about 3 10s and 3 8s?
Yes.
Woo!
Ridiculous.
Yes.
So there's just a silent, just
Yeah.
like, yeah, one of these guns
Falls
just
apart.
like comes apart at the piece, just into pieces and rattles apart off of the wall.
So dope.
Nice.
Yeah. And you like physically moved through one, right? You just destroyed it. And I'm gonna roll for a green streak because he doesn't just get NPC dice today.
Yay!
Time to go to work. But he also has wiggle dice, so that's nice. Oh, that's a terrible roll.
No.
I mean, I have 5 1s.
It's a very successful.
I rolled 8
Fast.
dice and got 5 1s.
I mean,
But
isn't
he's a
that Green
speedster,
Streak's
so that's
way,
good.
though? Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he's so fast. Is he
Yeah.
successful? Who knows?
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I mean he is successful, but in a very bad way.
Triggers an
fun.
alarm or
I think all right, so he goes after this group that is like 2 humans and a bunch of robots, right? 6 robots. So he goes after this group that's the closest to where you all are. You know, you've taken out like this sentry gun and this sentry gun are out, right? There's guns here, 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 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? So the boxes are sentry guns. These boxes are dead sentry guns. This is a dock, so ignore that. Clearly, this is a dock and not a sentry gun. Why would you think that? So sentry gun on the walls, and then there's a group of guards that he was going after to like clear the way for you all to sneak in. And he takes them out, but as he's so he knocks out the 2 human guards and is like dealing with the robots faster than they can react, but he puts his hand through like a power source and is electrocuted. And comes like sliding out of the like dust cloud that he had created back towards you all, like just twitching and like shaking on the ground.
Well, I know what my turn is.
You just hear this zap and this like blue flash in the dust cloud, and then he's just like sliding out on his back.
Shit.
I'm like up at this one sentry gun that I just plowed through. I look over and see the other one. I'm like, everything's going great.
Yeah, I mean, you saw a whole group of guards just got taken out. So
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to electrocution. That shit is head shit. Like it affects your body, but the
Yeah,
thing
you're-
that's the most problematic is the head.
yeah, it
So-
really can like reset your brain, which
That's
is not
what
great.
I've gotta do right now. which
Yeah.
is
It's an
absolutely
engulf damage
necessary.
effect, so he has damage in all of his hit
Yeah.
locations, but the head is probably the most critical.
And I need to just get him up
Yeah.
because that's like, especially with the new things that we've put on.
Let's say he's got 2 shock and 2 killing to every location, which is
Okay.
enough to knock you out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's not a lot of damage, but it's enough to knock you out.
He's out.
And he's just used to not getting hit. That's his defense, is
Yeah.
don't get hit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
He's
electricity.
Mhm.
Don't stick your hand in the power box.
Don't put the fork in the
Well,
socket.
who makes up these rules? Don't put metal in the science of it. I love that movie.
This is thankfully not a direct feed when I do heads, so.
You okay?
Okay. 2 10s.
Okay. Yeah, so we needed 10s for you to be able to
Heal a head.
heal. Yeah. So no, it's a difficulty challenge, but I put it at 10 because this is
'Cause
complicated.
It's, yeah.
There aren't hit locations on your heal roll.
That's helpful.
But yeah, you heal shock and killing from every. Wait, does your heal have engulf?
It does not have engulf.
Okay, so
I do have to say I am healing. That's why I was like, I'm healing the head
got
right
it.
now.
Okay,
Because,
so we'll heal. 2 shock and 2 killing. So then that's you fully clear his head situation.
yeah, yeah.
And he opens his eyes and cough, and there's like black dust that
Yeah.
comes out of his mouth, and
Do you need
thank
more?
you.
Are you good?
there's too many guards. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. And he's like getting up, and you can see like the burn marks on the bottom of his feet because it went through. There's like
Uh-huh.
burn marks here, and then burn marks on the bottom of his feet.
Ah,
As the shock went all the way through.
Right.
ouch.
And he is like getting to his feet, and his right leg looks like really stiff.
Yeah. I
But
feel
he's like, no, I'm good. I'm good.
He's saying
we
this,
got
right?
this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But
We
I
got
can
th-
tell that.
We
alright.
got to get those people out of the cage. Don't worry about me. Just get the people out of their cages.
All right, you tell me the second that's not the case because
We're
We need
we're
it.
already behind. You're wasting time on me. Go get the people out of there.
yeah, and I'll go.
Okay.
Listen, I also Green Streak is going to learn this the hard way that I listen to the head surgeon in the room. So if they make a bad call, they're gonna get fucked up from it.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. So we're going after a group of captives, right?
Mm-hmm. Is Green Streak like just laying in the middle of like the like?
No, he's gotten to his feet.
Okay.
But that moment has slowed the two of you down.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take a die out of your dice pools to do this like
Okay.
freeing the captives moment
Okay.
before we get into initiative.
Got it.
Sure.
All right. So you find the first one. You can see now the cage that he's created is about the size of a shipping container, and you can tell it basically was a shipping container. There's like strips of it
Right.
that have been removed, and it looks like an old like train circus like lion cage basically, but like cut from a shipping container.
Okay.
It's horrible, right? It's
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
debasing and inhuman. But you could see all these people in there, like they could see you start to come out of the dust, and they're like, "Oh my god!" They're trying not to yell because they're also like don't want to draw attention, but they see the two of you coming. They're like, touching the bars, and what do you want to do? There is no like door or gate on it. It is it's created in one whole piece.
Brian's gonna look at the structure and try to see where's the weakest that can be
I
pried
mean,
open.
any of this is like paper mache to you.
Okay. Brian's gonna kind of gesture like.
I mean, if
finger in
it's
front of his-
regular steel that you would make a shipping container out of, that's nothing. That's just paper.
Brian's gonna kind of like make gestures to like stay calm and stay quiet, and he's gonna just start like wrenching things off.
Okay.
And making.
I'm gonna have
rolls.
you roll your body -1 just because we should roll something. It's not that you're gonna fail. I mean, you have a wiggle die anyway, right?
I do.
I just want to see how good the roll is.
2 7s with my wiggle.
Okay, 2 7s is great. That's why I rolled green streak, right? Like he wasn't gonna not take out that group of guards,
Right.
But the fact that it's all ones, something bad should happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, 7s is great. You go to you brace yourself and then you just go like whoa, like beads in a store.
Like a beaded curtain.
Yeah.
Parting. Yeah.
You're like oh that was easy. You actually realize you have to hold the top
Yeah,
up
yeah,
for
yeah.
a second, okay, you just bend everything into place. You're like, oh yeah, okay, I know what to do in this case.
Cool.
Kit, right away you could see there's 5 people with significant injuries. There's one has a broken leg. That's your very quickly. Actually, I want you to roll.
Sure. What do you want me to
Roll your biokinesis.
Okay.
That's your sensory. This is your triage roll.
Okay.
Who's bad off? Who needs help first?
2 9s.
Okay, yeah. Right away, you have a quick list of most of these people, bumps and bruises. 5 of them need attention, probably before the UN gets here.
Yeah.
There's broken leg. Somebody has had a heart attack already and survived, but could use some of that post-heart attack treatment that you don't have medical equipment for, but you can simulate.
Right.
That's the word. Wow, that hard was word to get out.
Listen. Nobody nerfect.
Yes. So
Your words gone all funny.
yeah. So you can do as many multi-actions as you want. You just have to take a die out of your power to heal different people at the same time.
Right.
So the first person you heal, there's no die penalty. For every person after that, all at once in this
In this moment.
pre-initiative turn. So if you want to heal 5 people, you have to take 4 dice out of your dice pool and then get 5 matches.
It's impossible.
Okay.
Because, well, I have to drop my armor, first of all.
Yeah.
And then I have 6 dice, 1 wiggle die. So the most possible, I think, is that I can just heal 2 right now. And
Okay.
then
That's fine.
2 of the worst off.
2 possibly. Because
Yeah.
I only have
Broken leg and heart attack are probably
Those
the
are the 2 that need to be handled. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to drop my armor. And then heal 2 people, which takes 2 dice out of my pool, correct?
yes.
So I'm rolling 4 dice and 1 wiggle die.
Question?
Oh, I thought you said that the first one is fine, and then it costs you for every.
Oh, if
other
you're
one.
healing 2 people, you take 1 die.
1
out.
die out. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for
Yeah, helpful.
I want people to survive.
Yeah.
I still think that's best odds because I still am. I only am guaranteed 1 match. I need 2 matches.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
okay.
You need a match for each person you want to heal.
Yeah.
And you're gonna need 4 matches of 4 or better.
Okay. Okay. All right. I have 2 6s and 2 8s.
Great. Yeah.
Nice.
Now roll stability as you notice their brain stems.
Fuck you.
yeah.
Affectionately.
Are you
Affectionately.
totally in control of this ability yet?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
You know that.
Okay. You tell me. If the answer is yes, you put your dice down.
No, I'm
If someone
not.
asks if you're a god, say yes.
Yes.
And if you are a person who loves to put your character through pain, you say no. Okay, I got 2 8s.
Nice.
Only 1 pair?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yikes.
So is broken leg or heart attack, post-heart attack augmented?
Heart attack's harder to control. There's
Yeah.
a lot more intricacies
Like
with that.
immediately
Broken leg,
life-threatening.
I'm just putting a bone back
Yeah.
together.
Doreen all over again.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
So the while you were so everybody here, there's all these mixes of little 0 to 2
And I'm also
powers and
doing
stuff.
these simultaneously, right?
Yeah.
They're happening at the same time.
Yeah. So while you're doing this, the person with the heart attack is this 60-something lady who smells of fish, right?
Why am I upping the powers of these 60-year-old women?
Hey, let's get them in the game. But
Paranormal women's fiction is a
yeah,
quickly emerging genre.
yeah. But yeah, this 60-year-old Greek lady, like catches her breath, and afterwards you realize, like, dang, those arteries are real clean. Oh no.
Oh,
You
fuck,
realize,
I got
like,
too into it.
yeah,
Yeah.
how much of that blood flow you improved.
Mm-hmm.
And she like gasps, like, oh, thank you, and vanishes.
Mm.
Like, and then you hear her voice, like, oh, well, I've not been able to do that before.
Where's it coming from?
Right where she was.
Oh,
And then you feel someone grab your arm, like, thank you again. I'll see you later.
yes, of course.
I don't think she realizes she's 100% invisible.
Uh-huh. Okay. Stay close to me right now.
Okay.
Okay. And then I'm actually
I
gonna
could do a Greek accent.
I want to explain to this woman what's going on, but we don't have time right now.
Mhm.
So I'm just going to keep track of her since she's invisible while we help the rest of the people out of the.
It does make sense that she would want to be invisible right now, because,
Yes.
like, this whole situation sucks real bad.
Mhm. And it's another 2 willpower for using that power and
Yeah.
getting 2 matches, correct?
Yep. And yeah, because it's just the biggest match,
Right,
not like
not all
number
of
of
them.
matches. Yeah. Then let's we're gonna go to initiative.
All right.
All right. I'm sorry, Sapna, you're finally not the last person to declare because Green Streak is in this fight.
It's fine. I could still be the last person to go if my dice keeps going. the
Oh,
way they
that's
have
true.
been.
That's true. Yeah. This is a 4 is still right. Okay. Brian.
Yep.
What would you like to do next?
Moving with these people as body cover and kind of like ushering them and like staying with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe like picking up a couple people, half a dozen people.
I'll identify the ones that are like need more
Well, the
carry.
the 3 that are left, you should probably leave where they are until you
Okay.
can address them.
That makes
Right.
sense.
So you're
So I'll
probably
stay
telling Brian not
back.
to take these
Mhm.
3.
Yeah.
But the rest of them
Everyone
are like,
else get on board the H train.
yeah. Yeah. Like, but all the kids that are here are fine. None of the children are hurt in any way. Which is, great. But there's a number of people who are like limping or struggling, and
Yeah.
they're like climbing on.
Yep.
And like more people climb on. They're like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Do you mind if we just say that, like, as part of this takeover thing, he just shipped all the kids out?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
just No kids were here.
He
yeah.
waited till there was a field trip,
Yeah.
school field trip day.
Yeah.
All the kids were in the mainland.
Mhm.
That's fine. Yeah, because we have a thing.
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
not
that'd be
going to
great.
endanger children.
Perfect.
So the yeah, I mean he's a villain, not a monster. Okay, so yeah, you're hauling people out. We'll do a die roll for that when we come to it. Chainsaw.
Can I see the map again?
Yeah, my beautiful map of Milos.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. I think that there's another. Is that a dock? That
That's
you're
a
pointing
gun, and that's a gun.
at? I think I'm on the inside, or no, maybe I'm on the outside because those are closer together for.
I had
Sapna.
pictured that you took out this one,
Alright.
and Sapna took out that one.
Yeah. I want to
South.
hit. Yeah, the next gun to the
Okay.
south.
Okay, cool. I need the Mechanist and the Goons. The Goons will declare right after Chainsaw. They probably should have declared before Chainsaw. So the groups of guards declare that they're going to come over to... so these injured people were making some noise, and so that's the only thing the guards have to go on at this point. So some guards are coming over to investigate the
What's
captives.
the hubbub?
Yeah. And stuff's blowing up, so they know something's happening, right? Then Chainsaw declared. Then Mechanist declares on 4, and he declares that he's taking an action. Can't see him, so I don't feel obliged to tell you what it is. Kit.
Yeah, I'm healing up these leftover people.
Yeah, it's just
Mhm.
3 people left.
You
Might
gotta
as well
get
do
them
them all at once.
Why would you say that?
Mm,
I bet you can't. You probably shouldn't.
I can't
God.
be
I mean,
baited.
if you were the best healer, maybe you could.
Yeah.
But
What are you, a chicken?
That was rude.
I know.
That was rude.
Fine.
Declare
Don't
triple
listen to
action.
me.
It's only -2 dice.
Declare triple action.
Well, wait.
Use a willpower to up my dice.
Oh, okay. So that puts you at how many
Back to
dice?
5.
Because you still need 3 matches.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 5 dice plus a wiggle die.
Yes.
Okay.
It's low probability.
Maybe you want a couple more willpower in there for extra dice.
Maybe I do.
Okay.
Maybe I'll do 2.
You know, if you spend 4 willpower, you can get a wiggle die.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but I need to be in this fight.
Oh, how much willpower do you have left?
8. Using 2 extra dice.
Yeah, so just 4. You have lots of willpower left. Okay.
You can't hurt me.
I'm trying to help.
You have no
power over me.
I'm trying to help.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
No one
Okay.
saw.
My heart rate on the other hand.
Ugh, I spilled. Oh, don't
Oh, wait, I'm
roll
not
it.
rolling yet.
Yeah,
Yep,
don't roll yet.
These are just my friends. in my
I
hand.
I had like a third of a glass of soda at my desk.
Mm-hmm.
Tipped it over,
Oh.
dripping down the back of my desk. I was like, the power strip.
Mm.
I have 2 power strips down there. It dripped down right between the 2 of them.
Oh.
No real harm
Wow.
done. I just had to clean. All I had to do was clean up. I like
Lucky.
Mm.
fucking panicked. It was like on my nice mouse pad. I like that cleaned up and no problem. It was like the luckiest bad luck thing. It was like the GM said, like, something bad has to happen. Roll to see how bad it is. I was like, how about 5 10s? Like, okay.
You're inconvenienced.
Things
Yeah.
are kind of sticky for a moment.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Sapna, what do you want to declare?
Looks like we've still got a turret to take out.
Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of them. You want to go after this one? Just follow your order? Okay.
I feel like at this point we're in initiative. I don't necessarily feel the need to be quiet anymore about it.
Nah.
They have seen what we are doing.
Yep. Green Streak is going to declare an action, and he says, I'm going to find the Mechanist.
We all have probably a feed into our.
Yeah,
ears,
you've all
right?
got little earbuds.
Are you sure that's a good idea to do alone?
No, we don't have time for a conversation. Unless you want to add a multiple action.
Oh
How
my
dare you?
God.
No, I
For
don't.
4 willpower.
No, that would only cost 1.
I came to Jason when we were fixing our sheets and I said, I want my power to drain my willpower. And Jason said, bet I'm going to be evil about
I
it.
know how to do that. Wild Talents lets you do that. So, now let's roll our dice. I'm gonna roll for. I keep calling him 2 times because I have a card here that says 2 times.
Yeah.
Green Streak is not 2 times. If I say it, just correct me. Okay, this is less bad. Okay. Oh, okay. So, Green Streak. Then I need to roll for Mechanist. Oh, that actually makes it a 4x8. Oh, no, it was 3. Okay. I got a pair of 8s, and Green Streak can make it 3 8s, and then I forgot that I added it in already and tried to make it 4 and cheat. Oh, interesting.
I
Huh.
don't particularly like that, but you know.
The Mechanist roll. Very curious.
Very curious.
Oh.
Curious.
Also the Mechanist is able to squish dice.
Right.
All right. I think I
Okay.
established that before that bosses can squish
Yeah,
dice.
bosses can
Like
squish.
goons and whatever
Yeah.
cannot. Many bosses no. But like,
Do they also spend a willpower to do it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
yeah, I established them as like they have whatever willpower their charm and command would
Right.
establish, but I don't buy them extra willpower
Got it.
unless there's some sort of like willpower superpower
Right,
thing,
right.
you know.
That's fair.
And then the guards are fewer dice than that. Wow. Okay. Oh, great. Okay. Okay, so I've got 4 of a kind. What's your 4 of a kind?
10s.
Oh,
Nice.
Technically, for the purposes of initiative, I have 4 10s.
okay, that's fine. Any other 4 of a kind?
I have a rules question.
Yeah.
I don't think that this would. I could technically squish a pair and get to 4 of a kind. Would I be able to split those apart to 2 different
No.
people? Okay, then no.
As soon as you squish dice, this was what I was explained poorly on Slack. As soon as you squish dice, all the other dice in the set vanish.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. So
except your wiggle
basically-
dice. I'll let you keep your
yeah.
wiggle dice, but everything else
Basically,
vanishes.
what I'm saying is that like I have 2 8s, I could squish that down into 3 7s, and I have another 7, so those wouldn't all go together.
No,
Okay.
the other 7 goes away. But
Makes
your
sense.
wiggle die could become a 7,
Okay.
right? You can make that whatever you want.
I don't desire to do that.
Okay.
But I guess that's
Based
the
on my
question.
rules.
Is like, if you have 4 of a kind, can you split that into 2 pairs
Oh.
for the purposes of
Mhm.
a multi-action?
Actually, I'm fine with that. Yeah, if we
Okay.
want to, if you can legally make a 4 of a kind, I'm fine with turning that into 2 pairs.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't think I should do that, but it's good to know for the future.
Okay.
Okay.
Does that make sense, everybody? I just want to
Yep.
make sure we all have the same rules in our head. So
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
I know the system is a little arcane, but I like it. So here we are.
I'm enjoying it quite a bit.
I love
Considering
it.
how much math is in here, I'm a little surprised.
Yeah.
But it helps when you have a GM who's super good at math and helps you out a lot.
Yeah.
If only we had that. Okay. So then 4 10s is starting us off. I just want to double check. Then I have a 4 of a kind after that. Then what are our 3 of a kinds?
Hard dice are always 10s, right?
Yes.
I have 3 8s.
Oh, I also have 3 8s. That's weird. Okay. Other 3 of a kinds? 2s?
I only have pairs, yeah.
2 what?
10.
Okay, 2 by
I also
10.
have 2 10s, but I think you're faster than me.
That's fine. But
Mhm.
in that case, the book actually encourages you to just resolve it simultaneously,
Makes
like
sense.
figure out what would happen if they happen at the same time.
Cool.
Because that can be interesting too. Okay, so 4 by 10.
Destroy that turret. And I feel like at this point, like, it explodes into a bunch of shrapnel. like,
Yeah, there's no, I don't have a resistance roll for that. It just is exploded. Yeah.
How far from retirement was that turret?
2 weeks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Evil people don't get retirement. They get retired.
Got him.
Or I guess evil turrets in this case.
Sure.
Can I say I take out a chunk of that top? Like, there's like a.
Well, so the walls are very different from the like kludged together technology.
Okay, great.
They're like a really different structure. So I'm gonna just say no in this case.
To
I
ask.
don't like saying no to players, but
No,
is-
it's fine.
it's
I
a
was just
function
like-
of what's happening here.
I was like, let me ask
Yeah.
Mm.
because then I get more information.
Yep. Okay. Okay. So then I'm going on 4 1s, which is the Mechanist's turn.
I was like, not again, Grid Street.
No. No, Green Streak's on 3 8s.
Go home, Green Streak. You're drunk.
Well, I wasn't supposed to be drinking. But,
Damn it.
Kit said they could heal that.
yeah.
They're-
Um,
We're having an interview.
They're not doing anything else more important.
all right. So the Mechanist does something that you all can't see. And on 3 8s, Green Streak also takes an action that you can't see. I think you hear a rush of air because he can't talk while he's running.
Mhm.
Hear rush of air, got him, and then the emptiness again. Like I think his mic just leaves a little like there's
Yeah.
something when he's in that vacuum. And
There being a little bit of static is inherently stressful.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
a group of guards finds you
Oh.
on 3 8s. What's your armor situation?
I have some.
Can I see?
Yeah.
Armor, yes.
This part,
Armor is yes.
we set up your okay, that's for the shield. Okay, so then we normally will need to establish. Oh no, that's right. We were gonna make it armored defense. So you're actually just gonna go ahead and roll. So roll 6 dice.
Okay.
This is like a free thing that happens because you paid for armored defense. Hey, welcome in, folks in the chat. Some folks we don't see every time. Lovely to have you here.
2 4s?
Okay. That is not going to beat this one.
Okay.
So, because you were focused on the attack.
Yep. Didn't expect to run into these guys.
Right.
But
So,
literally ran into these guys.
yeah.
At a couple hundred miles an
There's
hour.
like 4 humans and 4 robots, come out of the dust, and they have these like weird, like sci-fi looking guns, and they go, they make this like, this like, and they're basically little like accelerators,
Railguns?
railguns, yeah. And so they're not high rates of fire, but they're just wham, 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 like into your defenses, right?
Gotcha.
So you would be looking at 3 shock and 3 killing. Your armor reduces the 3 shock to 1 and 2 of the killing to shock. So you're taking 3 shock and 1 killing to the 8 location.
3 shock?
Yeah. So 3 slashes and 1 X.
Force it, baby.
Or I like to do my X's from the bottom of the hit location and then slashes from the top.
Oh, okay.
It can just help when you're trying to balance out how much damage you have. Oh, ow. But your body armor covered the last of it, so yeah.
Cool. I was also moving at great speeds, if that matters.
Yeah, they caught you as you stopped to move or something,
Gotcha.
to change direction, or that's the dice.
Dice are nice.
and they're like computer targeting, so yeah. Okay, the other 3 by 8.
They're shooting projectiles though, or are they shooting?
Yeah, like slugs. Yeah,
Nice.
like old like tungsten slugs.
Oh, that rib.
So that was the other 3 by 8. I'm going on to 3 by 6. Anybody else? Okay. The 2 of you are trying to. Well, you've got people. You're kind of getting people to where they're supposed to be going.
Yeah.
We haven't really gotten to your turn yet, so you're still like picking people up to go, and you're trying to heal a bunch of people, right? Because we also haven't gotten to your turn. So you're like trying to heal all 3 at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay. So this 3 by 6 is this person steps out, and you can see like they're walking through the dust, and they're like there is metal forming onto their skin as they step out of the dust and see you, and then it like the rest of it like just comes over and covers their face. And maybe they don't need to breathe, or they can breathe through metal or whatever, but it's just like they basically look like the T-1000, but there's a person in there,
Okay.
right? And they're just wearing a like metal skin, and it is not the Mechanist.
Okay.
This is like a 20-year-old guy, and
Oh God, a baby. It's the Mechanist's son, who he's just recently decided is useful enough to pull into the fold, rather than leaving him with his mother and his much more emotionally fragile twin sister.
Terrible team building.
you're just putting all my laundry out there.
If he's 20, he was born with these powers and is entitled.
Uh-huh.
Mechanist Jr.
Well, we don't get the powers. They don't.
You get
the
them at
powers
puberty.
at puberty. So.
He looks 20.
Yeah.
So,
Could be anything.
yeah.
Could be 1,000 years old.
Also, 20 is still an adult. Me
Yes.
saying a baby does not mean I'm like, no, a child.
No,
Like,
no.
still an adult.
The brain
But
just nuts.
I'm gonna go odd or even.
Okay.
Okay, so you're odd and you're even.
Mm.
Okay.
Fine.
That's a 10.
Okay.
So, actually, that's really good. So you get hit for 3 shock and 3 killing, but your armor is 4, 5.
I have 4 in iron sights,
Yeah.
3 are no piercer.
Yeah. Okay. So you do need to check off willpower for no pierce because it does have penetration. As he like, it's not a very graceful. He just like jabs his hand forward like a knife hand, and this like spear of metal forms out from it, like a lance, basically like lances straight out from his arm, and would have skewered you, right? You managed to like get all the like civilians out of the way and guard them because that's what you were trying to do, and it just like splats against your chest,
Yeah.
and the like body language on this guy's like, the fuck? Actually, he says, what the fuck? And is like getting ready to do it again.
Okay.
So,
All right.
and is now ignoring you because he's found something fun to do.
It's good.
Very good.
Yeah, that would have like just gone right through you.
Yeah, yeah. Because I've dropped my armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the penetration value, your body armor would have been nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So, just so you know.
Oh.
Okay, now I'm on 2x10.
I do have 2 tens.
Okay, I think these are you guys that I wrote down.
Yes.
So you're a 2x10. Who's the other 2x10?
Brian,
I'm a
I think.
2x10.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is happening simultaneously now. So you get a bunch of people to safety, get them out of immediately harm's way. The last 3 people who weren't really able to get going on their own, let's come up with some injuries.
Yeah.
One of them, let's not get graphic about it. That's fine. Let's, or do you want
Good to note.
we-
I have 2 tens, 2 8s, and not a third match.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So 2 of these people get up and get going. You do have a pair of 10s.
I do.
So I'm going to need to roll stability
Okay.
and just get 4s or better.
Na-na-na. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Jesus Christ.
Oh no.
Yee.
I did not get 4s or better.
Did you get anything?
I got 2 2s, 2 1s, and then I rolled a 10. But
Okay.
yeah,
So the 2s mean you feel it happening.
cool.
You feel the like vessels open and the floodgates open, and this person who had a bird beak, right, and nothing else. They just had like a beak on the front of their face. That is relatively common to have like an animal component. Like is getting up, is like, oh, thank you, and then just like, huh, and like pitches over, their back arches, their shirt rips as wings sprout from their back.
I mean, that's cool.
And they get like talons on their hands, and their shoes split open as they're like a natural form of vulture, like not mechanical,
Yeah.
And they're just like so disoriented now, right? Of like, and there's a whole situation. It's very
the whole thing.
it's like hawk themed,
Yeah.
those sort of that like red and white feather kind of situation. So
That's kind of cool.
so there's a Mediterranean hawk, I'm pretty sure. That-
I'm such a fan of what's happening right now. I'm also feeling my character go.
yeah.
So
We just made 2 future villains.
Or heroes.
They're not all Doreen.
Yeah, they don't make the people evil. Doreen's an asshole.
Always was. Always will be.
Or she was broken by the experience and wasn't, adequately seen to, but, whatever.
I mean,
Could be
she
anything.
got almost immediate
Yeah.
mental health care.
No, she did. Yeah. It should have gone differently.
Mhm.
So, okay. So that was 2x10, 2x10. You're also just ushering people out of the way. You're vaguely aware that somebody tried to stab you. And we're on to a new round.
Okay. And the third person still needs help then,
Yes.
correct? Yeah. Okay. Just one person.
And I'm gonna say they have, they are now. You hear that burst of static.
Yeah.
So if you don't get them this time,
It's over.
They're on their way out.
Yep. Cool.
Okay. So, Brian, what do you want your action to be this time? Most of the people are out of the way. Kit is working on the last person who is not moving.
Somebody tried to stab me. I'm gonna go after that person.
Sure did. Okay. How do you want to interact with them?
They came at me very directly, wanting to kill.
Yeah.
So I'm going to charge.
Okay.
I don't know how squishy they are, so I'm gonna go for a punch.
Okay.
A regular punch.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Bad guys are... Oh, they're shooting at you right now. There's only one group of goons. So, yeah, they're going to keep shooting at you.
Mm-hmm.
Chainsaw, what do you want to do?
I'm going to take out that group of guys.
All of them?
Yep.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not going to require you to do like 8 multi-actions. Like, goons are one target.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned.
It's a
If it was a
horde.
bunch of them, I might say 2.
The royal goon.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'd say if it's more than 10, I might treat it then as multiple targets. But we'll make that our house rule for now.
I like that.
So yeah, this is Goon.
And goon.
Oh yeah,
I'm
Falcon.
mookening.
Falcon. Thank you, James V. The Peregrine Falcon is what this person's mutation is modeled after. So, actually, they're gonna declare an action now. Bird them is turning around and like screeching a challenge also at this group of goons, and is going to leap into the fray.
I love a person who gets extended superpowers and is just like, I don't have time to worry about why this happens.
Well, they're mad, you know, like
fair
this
enough.
whole situation, and now they could do something more. They could do more about it. Like,
Now
fuck
they're
you
gonna
guys in
pay.
particular.
Love
Yeah.
that. I mean, the response is called fight or flight.
Yep. And they chose not flight.
They can do either.
Yes, they
That's
have
right.
both available to them, and they chose one.
I always know where magnetic north is, and I'm all out of patience.
Okay. Well, I should have written names on these. I think 4 was Mechanist. It says Frost on here. Okay. The Mechanist is this one you will see if it happens. This is gonna throw Green Streak through the wall. That's his declared action. Kit.
Yeah. Just a little bit thrown off from putting powers onto these people and then hearing someone go off. Caduceus is gonna physically, he doesn't always work by touching people, but physically, like, put a hand on the neck, put a hand on the chest, and focus all his energy just on this person.
Okay. Because you can split your action between like heal and attack.
Yeah, he's not going to this time
Okay.
because he's like, he does not want to fuck this up.
Okay.
Mhm.
Cool. Sapna?
So, in terms of where we're at,
Oh, wait, sorry. Double checking. You weren't paying willpower for multi-action, were you?
No.
Okay, good. You only have to pay if you do it after the fact.
Yes.
So, okay, great.
just double checking. So, turrets on this side of the island are all taken care of,
Yeah.
and then so the next
These
big-
are not within range to fuck with you right now.
great.
So, yeah, the western side of the island is like, it's big enough that you could see them, but if they start shooting, like, it's not an immediate issue.
Okay.
You'll have to deal with them eventually, but not right now.
Okay. Time to go after Green Streak, I guess.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
Speedy motherfucker.
so your goal is to get in here and do something about it if you can see what's happening. This is a big dust cloud now.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So we're gonna do that as a. Well, we'll use your power to probably like boom your way in there. And what I'll need you to do is reserve a multi-action. So you'll have to pay to multi-action, which is just lose a die, and then you might not get to use it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. I took my glasses off and then looked at the cards to see who goes next.
Yeah. Amazing. I think it's Green Streak next.
No, it's Green Streak next.
Gotta turn down my volume to see better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay, green streak is going to declare the action of not get thrown through the wall.
Good.
Is attacking the Mechanist. Yeah. And you hear over the radio, no, I really got him this time. And it sounds bad.
Oh no.
You are
Oh,
you're
green
just
streak.
I'm gonna have a Captain America style backwards chair sit down on green streak after this fight.
So,
So you keep trying to use brute force when you're a fast motherfucker.
So you incorrectly assessed your own self damage.
Okay, let's roll our dices.
So you filled yourself with killing and shock damage.
Okay. Okay. God. So many pairs on this one, of course.
That's not-
Okay. Ooh.
Hmm.
I did forget that green streak gets a bunch of free multi-actions.
oh, nice.
Yeah. Oopsie. Sorry, bud.
Whee!
Well, sometimes he forgets.
Yeah.
He takes that time to think about his actions.
Yeah.
That's right.
If only.
He's a planner, that one.
Think about what you've done.
It takes the time to regret some choices.
Okay. Oh, and just because I love the Smashing Pumpkins album, this other person's name is Silverfuck.
Wow.
It's my favorite song on Siamese Dream. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 2 4s. Okay. I thought I rolled 8 dice with no matches.
That would have been fine.
Yeah, don't worry. The bad guy got a match, everybody. Yeah. SF. 2x4. Oh, and the gun. Use a die.
Welcome to my life.
I mean, it's good for me, but also.
Oh my god.
I
The,
mean,
the goons with no wiggle dice get 3 10s.
What? Goons?
Yeah. They're not gonna multi-action though. Okay, so 3 10s.
These are the ones I'm fighting?
Yeah.
What a bunch of assholes.
Sorry. It's like the best roll out of. I rolled all the bad guys for like the bosses, and then I was like, okay, goons, you go. Fewer dice, no wiggle dice. Just what do you got? Oh, 3 10s. Okay.
Sons of bitches.
So 3 10s is my first. Anybody else 4 of a kind? Anyone else?
I have 3 9s.
Also 3 9s.
And 2 7s. And I was
Okay.
thinking about burning a willpower to take these guys out and then get into the house.
Oh, yeah. If you want to burn that to call it a defense move, you'll
Oh, sure.
interrupt their 10s, and then you can go on your 3 9s.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Sure.
pay your willpower. That's a defense move. It breaks them down to 110, which is not enough.
Nice.
That's great. Defense automatically comes with the interference component, which happens before everything else. Okay, so then 3 9s is next.
Yeah.
All right.
Team 3 9.
Boom.
All right. So I'm just gonna go this way. What? You're
Just
taking out the goons.
yeah.
Okay. That is fine. 3 shock and 3 killing. The Oh yeah. That's the whole party. Yep, they're down.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna start heading toward the.
Just a gang collapses
yeah.
in unison
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. You're a superhero,
with
right?
a singular thud on the ground.
Robot pieces all over the place. Guys like, oh god, just falling down, and they're not dead. They're just like
Yeah, they're taken
out.
out.
Of the fight.
That's right. Hitting people with robot arm, like rip the
Yeah.
robot arm off of one,
Just
hit the other
smack
one
the
with
other
it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
love it. 3 9s. You're gonna go after this silver guy.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Silver jerk.
Yeah. Yeah. This happens first.
I
so,
feed him a knuckle sandwich.
Okay. So that's 3 shock and 3 killing normally. Did you? You said you were wanting to.
I don't want to kill anybody, but I want to assess how far does Brian have to pull this punch?
Okay. Roll a stability for me. You don't have wiggle die in that, do you?
I don't think I do.
Okay, let's roll stability.
What is
Like
my
you're not gonna
stability?
kill this guy either way, but I'm
there it is.
curious.
Okay. I rolled an obscene amount of dice.
You're
for
very
stability.
stable genius.
2 2s, 3 2s, 4 2s,
Oh,
2
great.
9s.
Okay. Oh, the
Two
9s
nines
are
and
even
4
better
twos.
actually. Yeah, the 9s are better in this case.
Mm.
So right away you realize so this punch 3 shock and 3 killing you don't need to pull
Mm.
because he's absorbing a lot of it.
Okay.
Okay, a bunch of it gets through.
Okay.
But you hit this metal and it's like you hit something that was super solid
Mm.
but not very heavy,
Okay.
right? And all that kinetic energy just wham like sends him through the like nearest building, through the next building,
Mm.
and you can hear him like getting back up and like cussing. He's saying some very bad words that Brian would never use.
Mhm. Is this person speaking English?
Yeah,
Okay.
and he sounds like he's from Detroit.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah. So that was 3 9s.
Did I do any damage to him?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all.
He took 1 shock and 1 killing.
Got it.
To all hit locations,
Got it.
and you started with 3.
Got it.
Right, so he was able to reduce
Like-
the hard armor.
Mhm.
Reduced 2 of that. So
Got
he
it.
has hardened armor like you do.
Interesting.
It's just not as thick as yours.
Right. His is only skin thick.
Yeah. Okay. So any other 3 of a kinds?
I have a 3 of a kind. Can I spend a point of willpower to re-roll? Isn't that a thing that I can do?
Yeah. I try to do that before we get into initiative.
Got it.
What did
Okay.
you want to? What's the situation?
I got 3 5s, and I'm not confident that's enough to bring this person back.
Oh no, you need 4s.
Okay.
So that's okay.
Alright, never
Yeah, yeah.
mind.
If
I
I
got
if
three
I
fives.
change the target number, I'll let you know. But
Okay,
like
cool.
4s and up is like normal medicine situation. Like
Cool.
like normal medicine is like an emergency,
Mhm.
right? If it was like something else, right?
Right.
Then the difficulty would go up. This is
Makes
like a
sense.
normal medical emergency
Yeah.
that you're trained to handle.
Okay.
So
Right. Then I have 3 5s.
okay, so you put this person back together. You manage to control yourself around their brainstem,
I'm
and
sure, yeah.
yeah, they're you feel like some of their bones snap, whatever, and they like get up to like get out of the way.
Just heard them in the direction.
Oh, I didn't roll for Birdman. That is too many dice. What am I doing? Hold
Yeah,
on.
give
They-
Birdman all
No,
the
no,
dice.
Bird Knights is not rolling 8 dice. Like
Oh, come on.
I give him inspiration.
That's right.
that's more like it. Yeah, 2 1s. That's what's gonna happen.
He just
Well,
goes,
you
bark, bark.
That's a good thing you already took out all those goods.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
just starts pecking at him. They're down.
Okay. So 3 5s heals that guy. My next, I have 2 10s. For green streak.
Go for it.
Okay.
Good luck at Green Streak and Godspeed.
So there is a literal green and gray streak as you see like something comes out of the like government house and slams into the metal wall. As a green streak has like shoulder charged this guy, like basically like picked him up and it shoulder charged the Mechanist into the wall at like 1,000 miles an hour.
Oh.
Now the Mechanist is in like
Like a power armor?
rough version of Iron Man armor, right? Like it's not as good as what Tony Stark would make.
Right.
It's actually it's closer to the Warmonger. What's he called? The
War Machine?
no, like the one Jeff Bridges had.
Yeah,
War
I
Machine.
think that was Warmonger.
Warmonger, yeah. Not
Oh,
not the military
yeah, yeah.
one, but like the rough piece of
Got it.
crap that
Yeah.
that he made. So it's big, but it's not very elegant, right? But anyway, Green Streak managed to get enough momentum to like start that movement, and then just
Ironmonger, thank you.
Ironmonger, that's what it was. Thank you.
It's been so long.
And slams him against the wall. This like smooth metal wall, and a lot of the Mechanist armor just goes flying off, right? That's 2x10. I also have 2x8.
Go for it.
Okay. What do you have?
2 3s.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll get back to you then. Anyone else between 2x8 and 2x3? Okay.
Everyone else, I think, is gone.
Okay, so Mechanist is gonna use his action. He's actually gonna have to spend willpower to redirect what this action was gonna be. So -1. He like reaches out and is like his metal glove like flies back onto the mech. You know, he's like rebuilding the mech, right? He's doing a heal action, but on his mech.
Nice.
2x5s. Those happen like Green Streak and Mechanist both have 2x5s, and I think there is just a flurry of back and forth that they don't accomplish anything, but they're just like, and he's like, wham, and the concussive blast throws Green Streak back, and then he rushes back in and like, oh, you gave me room to run, and
Yep.
rushes, but like slams him against the wall again. Then I have a 2x1. That's gonna go. No. Silver guy got thrown through a wall, took a bunch of damage. That is not going to interrupt his action, though. That's 2x4. You're 2 3s. Okay. Sorry, all this is happening.
No, it's great. It's just so funny to me because it was just like, well, at least I got something.
Okay, so this time the like metal thing like streaks out from the like crater, like sideways crater of these buildings, and wraps around your left arm.
Okay.
And you actually feel like there's pull, right? You're not being pulled off your feet yet, but you're like, oh, this is like there's some force there.
Okay.
So there will be a contest.
Okay.
He hasn't,
like it.
He hasn't grappled you, but you're not totally free either.
Right.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, now my next thing is 2x1. So,
Well, my action was to get to Green Streak and the
well,
Machinist.
you have found him and the Mechanist. So
Fantastic.
you want to blast the Mechanist with your power
I mean, I didn't get a multi-action. I only got 2 3s.
to go and find them. No, they found you before your action. You get to do something. I'm not enough of a dick of a GM to. I mean, I'm a dick of a GM, but like not
You're not
In
a
the
monster.
fun way.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm a fun dick. Wait, what? Never mind.
Folks.
Those are the kinds of dicks we want. Okay, so at that point, then I will try to. There's no way I'm getting through this armor, like, but I can destroy the building that
Well, you
Streak
might be
keeps-
able to get through his armor.
with 2 3s.
It's not out of the question. I'm not going to answer it definitively for you. I'll let you decide what you would try, right? But you can use your 2x3 as these two guys came out. You know where they are. You can decide what you want to do about it.
Okay, so at that point, I guess I would take one of these moments where Green Streak has been thrown back
Mm-hmm.
to blast.
Okay. So 2x3 would also hit Mechanist in the left arm. And
Golf.
it's engulf.
Ooh.
Oh shit.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take
Okay.
damage everywhere.
So this is gonna get a little complicated.
Ooh.
You wait for like Green Streak gets thrown back, and you know he's coming back in, right?
Mm-hmm.
You blast the Mechanist again, and it's just like all the pieces fly out, right? Now, it's not enough damage. The Mechanist is like, no! And like, just is like gripping the air, and all the pieces are coming back, right? But there's a moment, and Green Streak is bulleting in. And we're going to find out next round what happens there. And on 2x1, Peregrine, Perry, if you will, swoops in and lays waste to the robots that were already destroyed in the Goon Squad.
Yeah.
It's just like
It's therapeutic.
picking up stuff and smashing things and like screaming at the human guards that are cowering and just like, just like losing his shit.
Your best life.
Good
Yeah.
job, pal. Watch over them. I'll be
You
back.
earned this.
He's just like screeching at you.
You attract a mate with those shinies.
Yep. Okay.
I don't know if that's how that works with falcons. I don't care.
No, it's great.
It is how human falcons work. Okay.
He's building a nest out of them.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Brian, what do you want to do this round?
So he's got like a metallic tendril on my wrist, was it?
Yeah.
My left wrist?
Yes.
Okay, my not punching wrist. Okay, good.
Uh-oh.
If I use my new undisclosed punching power,
Oh, yeah.
would that kill him?
Can I look at it again? The answer is maybe.
Undisclosed. Punching power. Undisclosed.
I'll give you. I don't know if it's on there. I think it's on there. Oh, here. It's also on this if you want.
That's probably easier. Oh,
Oh.
it probably would.
Okay.
Although it doesn't have full power only, so you could try to pull it.
I'm gonna try and pull it.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, be ready with a good description on that. I'm excited.
Me too.
Okay. So the goons forgo their declaration. There are more goons on the island, but they're not here yet. They're like hut over here. Then Chainsaw.
Well, just doing a quick stability roll. See if because there's part of me that's like, oh, they've probably got the Mechanist. I should help Brian. But it's the Mechanist.
Your old enemy is right
Yeah,
there
so-
and semi-exposed. And...
Yeah. So Chainsaw's charging him as fast as he can go, and is gonna try to land a big old punch.
Okay.
Actually, I'll do the explosion thing if I'm not gonna hit anyone else with it.
You're racing Green Streak to get there,
Yeah.
so it'll
Okay.
depend
Yeah.
on
I'll
initiative.
do. I'll just do a punch.
Okay. Mechanist declares multi-action, rebuild the armor, and deploy his energy weapon.
I do declare.
So that's not something he's used before, but you can see, you get it. But those of you declaring after him realize like, oh shit, what's that? You know, and it's like he's putting his armor back together, and there is this like, looks like the inside of a jet turbine. You know, it's like this like chest turbine is spinning and is glowing blue, and like, well,
Uh-oh.
we'll see what happens. Kit, what do you want to do?
Well, if I see that, I already saw Green Streak get zapped, and I'm not feeling super great, and I don't think I can bring multiple people back from something at this point.
You got lots of willpower left.
I'm gonna attack the Mechanist.
Okay.
with my
Multi-action?
Biokinesis. Do I want to do a multi-action?
You may want to defend yourself
Yeah,
as well.
I think I need to take a multi-action to defend. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Or you can wing it, and if you get that second set, pay a willpower if you need it. Oh no, actually, you have to decide before we go to initiative. So
Yeah. I'm gonna take it to defend. I mean, it's also like my willpower is. I'm probably gonna be dipping into base will today. So yeah, let's declare
Okay,
it now.
So remember to declare spending base will before you need it.
I don't think I'm gonna need it
Okay.
this turn.
So just a reminder for everyone, if you spend base will on purpose, you get 10 willpower to then do what you will with.
Oh,
If you are forced to spend willpower and are down to base will, you lose 1 base will no matter how much you were supposed to pay and no change back.
I didn't know that.
So
I would like to declare using a willpower to get some back. Can I do that here?
you want to spend a base will?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to spend an action to do that.
Okay.
You can just permanently lower your base will.
Oof.
And you can buy it back up. Like if you,
Sure, yeah.
so
Once
your
we get
base
points.
will would now equal charm and command -1
Right.
forever.
Unless I buy back.
Yeah, and you can increase it, but it'll always be
Okay.
like charm and command -1 plus whatever you've spent.
Sure.
Um, So it's not a temporary spend like willpower.
Whew. Can we come back to me really quickly? Can I think for a second?
It is your declaration.
Time is over there.
And I kind of like the pressure that's on. Unless
Sure.
you as a player are uncomfortable, then I will.
I'm not uncomfortable as a player. I feel bad holding up the table trying to
No,
make
I
that
don't think
decision.
that's an issue. I see a lot of shaking heads right now.
The tension
Oh, yeah,
is
you're fine.
beautiful.
This is delicious for everyone right now.
Okay. So here's the situation is that I do have this direct feed thing. And I have 3 willpower right now.
Wow.
So if I get wider than 3, I will automatically dip into base willpower
And getting 3 means you'll be essentially powerless.
at 0. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. So
Juice up.
I feel like I need to juice up and damn the consequences because I don't want to be out of this
We'll
fight.
get more
and I will
EXP. You can
Mhm.
buy it back up.
be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
What's the worst that could happen?
What is the worst that could happen?
Okay, so you now have plus 10 willpower,
Okay.
-1 base
Nice.
will.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What is your declared action then?
Attacking a mechanist and defending myself.
Okay.
Do we see anything that signifies like you're going like hardcore mode as Caduceus right now?
I super saiyan.
I think the willpower stuff is largely, I mean, it could be role played, but I don't think it's like, glowing or,
Okay.
What willpower is meant to be this like emotional component.
I just want a scene of like a close up of your eyes and like a frown and like
Sure.
that's what I
Yeah,
want.
yeah,
yeah.
That's all I want.
Yeah.
I think there's a little scream, maybe like it's not like a superpowered scream. It's just
What if it's that? Is it like a close, like the like closed? That sounded like
That
a
was
Muppet.
very Muppet like.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a Muppet.
That was
It
Miss
sounded
Piggy.
cooler in my mind.
Yeah.
kind of like a kind of
Yeah,
thing,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, from the chest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Great.
and attack. I mean, I can't, since I'm not in golf, I can't like say like this is the place I'm trying to attack, because
Oh, you can if you spend a die, so reduce your dice pool by 1, and then set another one of your dice to the number you want.
Sure. Nope, didn't get that. Say it again.
Okay. Here, let's do example instead.
Yeah.
I have 8
God, I'm
dice.
not the only one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. I have 8 dice, and I want to target the 9 location.
Yeah.
Okay, which would mean I need a pair of 9s or better, right? So I would remove 1 die because I'm doing something special, take another die and set it to a 9, and then roll my dice.
Okay, so then since I have a wiggle die, I'm always gonna hit that location.
Yeah, you it's like buying a temporary hard die,
Mm-hmm.
set it whatever you want. I think they're called expert dice or
Okay.
something. There's a thing in the book.
And you spend willpower for that.
No, in this case you don't because, oh yeah, this is a special move. I'm pretty sure expert dice.
Expert action costs 1 willpower.
Okay,
Mhm.
great. Yeah, most
Okay.
special actions cost a willpower. So you'd have to remove a die, pay 1 willpower, then you get one of your dice is 9, and you roll the rest of your dice.
Okay. I'm going for the head.
Which is interesting,
No.
'cause this does not say you have to remove it. So I'm going to.
I'm going for the torso.
Oh, really?
I think.
Maybe I've double charged you. I don't have my rule book with me today.
I mean, it's
You
fine.
know
whatever, I'm
what?
just
For
taking
for
notes.
purposes of rules figuring out now, let's just say Caduceus is off his game a little bit and doesn't have the wherewithal to target. Ships fall as they may.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Yeah, you've got the wiggle die to maintain some kind of control.
Exactly.
Cool.
That's me.
So, Sapna, you have all this information so far, and Green Streak is going to declare after you. So,
Yeah.
what would you like to do?
So that would be. Ooh. Okay, I can't. That would. I had all this time to think about it, and then I'm still like, what do I do?
That happens to me because I'm always like engrossed in what everyone else is saying, and I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to do something.
Exactly. I think that I am going to these people are running, they're getting to safety, but we're all still enclosed in a giant wall.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a vibe check on this wall.
Okay. To like get a sensor reading of it, kind of thing.
I, if possible, would like to make an escape route for people to get outside of it.
Okay, so I need you to start with a sense check. If you want to prepay for the multi-action, you can. But like right off the bat, the material, the makeup of this is solid. It's like somebody poured the metal into this position, right? It's like super solid metal. Not that you can't shatter it, but it's weird, right? It's a weird metal that is going to take a second for you to figure out like what is the frequency here that I could use to break this. So I need you to do a sense check, or you can use your power. I mean, but use your power as a sensory, and then use your power to destroy, multi-action, which would cost you 1 die now or a willpower later.
Okay. So I would need to use, and that takes me, okay, cool. Yeah. I'll just declare that that is what I'm going to try to do.
Multi-action.
Multi-action.
Okay.
And then I'm going to spend a willpower to bump me back up to 4 rolling dice so that hopefully I actually get 2 matches.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Buy an extra die for the roll. Okay. Well, wait. What's your sonic power?
Vibe check is 4 dice and 1 wiggle.
Oh, to analyze something?
Well, no, the power is to use that tuning fork to.
Oh, right. As your like sonic screwdriver kind of thing. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So yeah, you would lose 1 die from that and then still need 2 matches. I see. Got it. Same page now. Thank you. Because your other option is you could just like attack blast it.
Which I can't do this round.
It's a little risky. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Every other round because it's slow. Huh. Oh, these rules are fun. Okay. Cool. I'm glad you remembered because I was totally going to let you do that.
I mean, I like working within my constraints, and also I have this fancy little fork.
Yeah. Yeah. I think constraints are fun. Like if somebody says paint a picture, like of what?
Exactly.
Anything.
They're like, you're the artist. Just muse your imagination. Anything you want. I'm like, no.
No.
My imagination wants rules.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All I can use are blue crayons, and it has to be in the style of Picasso. Well, okay. Let's figure something out. Like, cool. That's now interesting. Okay. Green streaks, declared action. Knowing that he knows that Kid is going to attack Mechanist.
Nah, Caduceus did like a point.
Knows that Chainsaw is going to... Well, he gets to operate with this knowledge, right? Knows that Chainsaw is going after him, too. Is going to hold off.
That's what I was hoping for, so.
Maybe he could look after himself a little bit
Yeah.
for once.
Take a healing potion.
I think he has... I was playing around with I haven't totally finished his character sheet yet, but I was playing around with it. And I think I'm going to give him a speed healing if he focuses on it.
Ooh.
You know, like conscious effort regen of like, I'm going to go into fast mode. Because I think he's technically manipulating like temporal. Nah, I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
He comes out of it with like gray in his hair.
Yeah. But like the reason he could sleep for 15 minutes is like he gets enough sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think he's gonna try to back up Brian. With this like unknown combatant. So he's gonna take a shot at that guy. See
Okay.
what happens.
It's fun kind of tag in, tag out
Don't
situation.
break your fist again. Oh my god.
Well, he's prepared, right? And he learned how to fight,
Okay.
right? So he's like,
I also wanted to spend willpower for more dice on this attack.
okay,
Is it just one willpower per die?
yeah, one for
Okay.
one.
Yep.
You also can buy a hard die for 2 willpower or a wiggle die for 4 willpower.
I'm just gonna
Wow.
2 regular dice.
Okay.
But which ones?
Okay. Let's roll dice.
Oh yeah. I spent a willpower to get an extra die for this roll.
Okay.
Excellent.
A Mechanist.
I mean, that could have gone slightly better, but like it definitely could have been worse.
That's not a bad situation to be in.
Wow. That's pretty good. This is a crazy roll.
Oh, and then that's 7.
Oh man. Should have marked. This is.
I know.
You can.
You can pay willpower after the fact.
Maybe I will. That's such a good roll. That's not even with my wiggle yet.
I need a better name than. We'll just call him Silver.
How does defend work in terms of rolling numbers? Is high number good, or is there?
Yes.
Okay.
You want ideally width, right? Because if you get enough width, it happens before, like, if you get a 3 of a kind, I'm going to check it before all the other 3 of a kinds.
Right.
But not before the 4 of a kinds.
Okay, makes sense.
Because it comes with the interference quality, which is on its own time scale. 2.9. And I think I'm going to leave Peregrine out of this roll.
He's having a time.
Yeah. Perry's like stomping on broken robots. And,
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? No. Perry takes off and is gonna like dive bomb another group of guards.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Can he be dropping like bits of robot parts on like he's
Yeah.
like carpet bombing?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a great idea.
Okay. So I've got 3 10s.
I've got 4 9s.
I spent 2 more willpower. I have 5 8s.
Whoa. Okay. 5 8s goes first. Right into the Mechanist.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's got some of his armor back together. This is your regular punch, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Does that have penetration on it?
Yes.
How much?
Just says penetration.
So it would probably say penetration 2 if it was more. Okay, so I have a little bit of armor left. We're about 8. 8 is my chest location.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's gonna suck. 5 8s.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
I knew he was armored.
Well, kind of. It didn't. It's all
Okay.
like scattered. So it's all scattered from the last round.
Okay.
Payback for the Sentinels.
That's right.
I have I have an open box in my torso.
And
Oh no, it has to be 2 boxes the way that works. But yeah, you just like slam him back as his armor's reforming, and like some of it gets kind of fucked up. It's like it's
Oh,
like in a lot of pain.
you gave him the General Grievous cough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he's in real bad shape. Okay, so that was on 5 of a kind. We had 4 of a kind.
4 9s.
Okay. What you were going after silver.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. This is something Brian's been training secretly for a long time,
Yeah.
and he's going to dig his heels into the ground, pivot his body, so that his shoulders turn away from his opponent. He draws his fist in and close to his body, not out like a boxing position, and he's gonna just start yelling, "Torpedo punch!" And he's going to, like, I don't think a normal eye would perceive the punch, but it's like, boom! It's like a piston straight out.
Yeah.
He turns his entire body into it, and he's gonna put that right towards Mr. Silver.
And it's a ranged punch, right? Is that what we established, that it
I
operates
think
at range?
it can be, but I think he's gonna close the, like, he's
Oh.
like being pulled, right? So he's gonna like use that.
Oh,
as
okay. Like
momentum.
let them come
Right.
together in the yeah. So you get pulled into this rubble,
Mm.
and I think you guys you hear all this buildup, right? And then he gets pulled in to the rubble, and then there's this boom, this like concussion
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
rubble flying out all over the place. With 4 9s.
4 9s,
Jesus Christ.
and I also have 3 7s that
How much penetration's on that?
I think it's just 1. I don't think we listed a number on that.
Okay.
Yeah, it says penetration attached stat. to-
Okay.
yeah.
So 1 penetration.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's gonna break through 1 of my hardened armor. Then that leaves 3. 3 shock and 3 killing. Oh my. Okay. Yeah. Silver has more health left than the Mechanist does, but is that like, and I think the 2 of you are locked in it, like you're in a huge cloud of dust. There's rubble flying all over the place. You know, these like stone and brick buildings that have been standing for hundreds of years are just coming down around your ears.
Oh no.
But yeah, this punch lands and you feel the like the almost like liquidy metal like sinks it, like gets like spreads out of the way because it was starting to dig into him, and yeah, you just like smash him right in the chest.
Okay.
Okay, 3s of a kind.
got 3 6s and
oh.
defend.
My 3 10s on the Mechanist is disrupted.
Can I spend a willpower to multi-action my 3 7s?
Oh, yes.
Okay, I would
So-
like to do that.
Did you have 3 of a kind?
I do have 3 of a kind. Oh, I squished, so 3 5s.
3 5s. So let's do the 3 7s first. Or 2 7s or 3 7s?
3 7s.
3 7s. What do you got?
I would like to pin this guy down so he can't get up or attack more people.
Grapple.
Yeah.
Okay. That's gonna happen before my 2x9. So yeah, you
Okay.
grab him.
Cool.
You grab him.
Got it.
Yoink.
Yay.
Okay. 3 5s?
3 5s in defense. So.
Okay. So yeah, you establish protection for yourself. That's good.
Right.
It's like pecs.
Yeah.
6-pack.
You just see like
All the abs.
what's the word? The armor that Caduceus have on just suddenly go turn like
Rob Liefeld abs. Just
chitinous, I guess is a
Oh,
good word
yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Any other 3 of a kind? Okay. Anyone have 2 10s? Okay. And you're attacking the Mechanist.
Yes,
Okay. So 2 10s is a headshot.
it is.
What do you want to do?
It's 2 shock, 2 killing for
Yeah.
2 10s, so that's not fatal, correct?
That is fatal and a headshot. Yeah. Well, no, it's knockout. It's knockout.
I thought, yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's the 2 shock. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to do that. This power also has I don't know why this is a benefit, traumatic quality to it.
Oh, it forces me to roll stability.
Yes.
Mm.
I also have to roll stability.
Yeah. That's why it has traumatic on it.
Uh-oh.
Not do well.
He's all, ah!
We did not.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So basically, what happens is, without getting too much into it, the Mechanist. God, Christian Bale, get out of my head.
Mm.
The Mechanist feels this happen with no apparent origin, and that itself is
Yep.
terrifying. And
Also, the power is horrifying.
yes,
So anyone watching can see something happen. We don't
And
have
I'm
to get
literally face to face
Yeah.
with him like, remember me.
yeah. So we don't have to get graphic because I know that's on our list.
Yes.
But know that the effect is horrifying. I think we as the audience see all of your reactions, like, oh god.
Ooh.
He's not dead, but he like goes limp in your. You've got him by the shirt front and just goes limp in your hands, but your reaction has got to be like, oh.
Mm.
I'm stable.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. The Mechanist. I'm just gonna cross out the rest of his turns. He's not doing anything. On 2x9. Silver's gonna spend one of Mechanist's willpower points. Yes, I'm cheating. We're gonna do a contested grapple.
Okay.
All right, so let's roll body v body, or you can roll athletics or brawling if you like,
I will.
and I will too.
Torpedo brawler.
Well, actually, I'm gonna roll my superpower.
Go for
Double
it.
torpedo.
I've got 9s.
I've got 3 10s.
Oh well, okay.
And I've got rhythm.
So the metal, like, reaches out like venom,
Mm.
right? Like, is like punching into the wall to try to get purchase and like stabilize, and is just scrabbling for it. But everything is falling apart, right? And it just like brings the roof down on you, which is fine. But yeah, you've totally wrestled him into submission.
Okay.
And he's completely failed.
Okay.
So, that is over.
Is he as a threat done for now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I think that. Oh yeah. I didn't roll for green streak. Well, he was kind of assessing the situation, so whatever. Yeah. So the fight is essentially over. There's a couple of goon squads left. What'd you have?
2 7s and 2
Oh, that's right. To assess the wall to try to get us out of here. So yeah, the 2 7s, you get a real good read on how this works. For the 2 2s, your first effort, you put a bunch of cracks in it, but you're almost there, right? It's just gonna take a little bit more effort, but it's such a weird material. It's like softer than you expected it to be. I think that's the problem, right? Like shattering hard stuff is easier. Right? This has some give to it, which is bizarre.
I don't like what that means.
Well, in the same way that like people think of bones as super hard, but they're
Right.
actually a little flexible.
Until
Thank God.
they are no longer on a living body.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
So that is our goon squads are easily rounded up and surrendered. Their bosses are down, and the Mechanist and his son
Yeah.
have
Nice.
been apprehended.
I'm sorry that I keep doing this to you.
Well, I didn't expect it to be a big surprise. But...
Can we have a scene of Perry just squawking at the surrendering squads?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's where a lot of them are surrendering to Perry,
Yeah.
right? Like, he's just screeching in their faces. They're like, oh, God. Perry is not a 9, but is terrifying.
Yes.
Has the personality of a 9.
Yeah.
That's the heart of
Yeah.
a 9,
Yeah.
not the
Yeah.
brainstem.
So that is this is a role-playing scene at this point.
Yeah.
How do we want to wrap the situation up?
Cut to Mechanist being dragged by Sentinel back to the group.
Mm-hmm. Mechanist was never apprehended.
Yeah.
Never gone to jail.
This is a first for this guy. Good job, everybody. And I'm like, spent so much willpower on that one punch. I'm just like, like sweaty and out of breath.
What is everyone's willpower total?
5.
9.
Okay.
7. I'm at 8 now.
8
But
because
down
you spend a
a
base
base,
will.
yeah.
Oof.
Okay, so that has to be represented somehow.
I think Caduceus is a little like glazed, like blank-eyed stare, kind of focused on Mechanist, but it's 1,000 yards past him,
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
and it's
Okay.
kind of like heaving breath a little bit. Shakes and looks to see if the woman who turned invisible is still around.
Oh, yeah, she appears. It's like when everything calms down,
Mm.
you know, and are looking around to see who's there, she reappears and sort of waves like, "Thank you."
Let's call in the, I don't know, Coast Guard?
Oh, yeah, so Green Streak's already on the phone.
Nice.
Right? Like UN relief helicopters are on the way. You know, there's a bunch of
Special
stuff that's
response
happening.
units,
And he also, you know, like gets off the phone for a second. He's like, just so you all know, we're gonna be on the news. So
Oh, shit.
just be
Y'all
aware.
can
Is
have
there,
fun with that.
like, look around for a villa that's not completely destroyed and be like, looks like there's a bathroom that work in there. Get cleaned up.
Yeah. So, you know, just what, you know, probably in like 15 minutes, the news crews are gonna be here. So just, you know, we should make a statement, right? You know, we're a new team, and you guys were amazing today, by the way. Sorry, just roll something for him. Everybody recover 2 willpower
Woo!
Oh,
because of Green Streak's leadership ability.
good job.
Oh, nice.
He is sort of what we call a willpower battery.
Mm.
So,
Well, I've got a leadership ability too. I can do stuff.
well, it's like a superpower that he has.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Mm.
Leadership skill does do some cool shit for combat. It lets
Yeah.
you like declare later in combat. So yeah, that is a very cool skill too. But he has like a willpower battery superpower.
I am going to go and talk to a couple of the civilians before everyone gets here. They need to know some things now that some of this is public. So
Are you all right? You look like that took a lot out of you.
I just need to do what I gotta do.
You're not in surgery anymore. You can have feelings now.
Not until they know what happened to them.
Fair enough.
I'll be back.
It's a high pitched screech from high in the air.
Jesus.
Soundscream's just kind of wandering that way.
Oh, Sapna, also, just as a side thing, you can decide if you want to interact with this or not. The screech, like this final screech, has the sonic potential to do harm.
Mm.
It's just you sense it, right? You're like, oh wow, if they really like focus that,
Mm.
they could turn that. That's like a weaponized superpower. So if you want to talk to them about it, you can. If you want to be Coach Sapna, If you don't, just put it to the back of the list. But what else is happening in this moment? I know we're almost time, but I really want to get a feel for this. Like we're in the moment here. You know, this is juicy stuff.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna talk to Greenstreak and be like, so they're coming. Do you want to talk to him? Do you want me to talk to him?
I can take point on it, but I'd like you there with me.
Yeah, I'll right at your side.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna look. I'm ostensibly our leader. I understand that, but you're the face of our team, right? This doesn't work without your gravitas, and I need you there for that.
Yeah. Happy to be here for it.
Okay. Great. You probably should fix your
Quaff. Yeah.
all of
I
that.
gotta get my Captain Pike hair back.
Your everything.
I like run off to the villa to like
Yeah.
get a little cleaned up.
Okay. Brian?
Brian has picked up the unconscious body of Silverskin and deposited Silverskin next to wherever the pickup is. And he's kind of very somber, and he's looking down at his fists. He's
Oh, by the way, Silver, like unconscious, is naked. Like the metal falls away, and he's just.
Brian like looks away. And,
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
yeah.
I thought it might make him uncomfortable. Is it okay as a player?
Oh, well, I'm about to reveal something about why he's a never nude.
Okay.
This was the first time Brian's done the torpedo punch, and he kind of looks down at his fist, which usually is always covered up by his like superhero skin.
Yeah.
We reveal that it's torn and there's a human hand underneath,
Wow.
and he's realizing where he came from. You can't walk around without your skin on, because the environment would kill you. But he doesn't have to hold back here.
So he doesn't need the second skin anymore.
Well, he's also realizing he held back last time he faced the
Oh.
Watchman,
Yeah.
and maybe this time it could be different.
Yeah. You don't have to hold back. Okay.
Love it.
Cool. And to be clear, it's not skin you're peeling off.
No.
It's like a
It's my synthetic
Yeah.
symbiote suit.
yeah. It's a suit that lots of people get in that world
Yeah.
because it's safer.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Kit. Or Caduceus. You're probably still Caduceus.
Right now.
Okay.
Yeah, heads over to four of them were affected,
Mm-hmm.
and one was fine by my powers, and I go to sit them all down and explain.
On the way over there,
Yeah.
the currently visible woman, as you're approaching,
Mhm.
you hear her like whispering to the others, like, he's the one who helped us. He's so good looking. Just like that, like solid,
so handsome.
like auntie energy of like trying to see if everybody like is excited to talk to you.
Who's
superhero.
single?
Yes,
Mm.
that is the vibe you're getting without
Yeah.
her being explicit, but
Yeah,
she's
yeah, yeah.
like, he's so handsome, you guys.
Hi, we're 20 years younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would blush if he wasn't just so blank, and right now that just like flies right.
That's why I wanted to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hi.
Thank you so much for everything. She's kind of their spokesperson at this point.
Of course. I'm glad you're all safe. Those of you that I helped a little more intensively, I need to talk to you and explain some things.
Okay, yes, we understand, and you could see what one of the like the guy who had the heart attack
Mm-hmm.
is like opening the payment app on his phone.
Mm.
He's like, I totally understand.
No.
Yeah.
No. I don't want payment.
No, you saved my life.
That's my job.
He's like runs out of words. He doesn't understand what's happening now.
Yeah. I'm not. My power is not a healing power, which means that there are sometimes other extra effects
ones that have now affected you. We're going to get you in touch with some people that can analyze what your powers are now, because they are going to be stronger than they were before.
And all of the, and like some of the people who are, is it okay if other people are in earshot?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's like, wait, what? I mean, there's murmuring, and there's probably like 40 people right here.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like, people are talking in Greek, which I don't think you speak Greek.
No, I do
It's
not
all
speak
Greek
Greek.
to you.
Mm.
Hey.
So there's a lot of like muttering and murmuring and like, what? What did they say? What did he say? Like all this kind of stuff back and forth. But the invisible woman is like hanging on every word.
Mm-hmm. I understand that this might seem like a positive, but I want you to take some time and understand the scope and understand how you're feeling, and we will make the resources available to you if needed.
Okay. So they're listening and they're paying attention, and then from the back you hear, "Oh, it's Caduceus. It's Caduceus," and you can hear like this like word is going around, and you can hear it's like in this tone of like, "Oh, we know that name, right?" Because somebody here is like showing everybody the website
Yeah.
that I don't
no.
think Kit knows about,
Oh, the website. Okay.
right?
No.
Yeah, there's like a Church of Caduceus recruiting website
Mm-hmm.
that Rose was going to tell you about, but it's been like 20 hours.
Yeah.
And a lot has happened.
There's been a lot.
And so there seems like this like weird amount of excitement, and everybody knows your name, which you're a relatively new hero on the scene. You've not been in any sort of legal proceedings. You had like one legal issue in Seattle in a
Right.
tiny, like there's no way people have heard of you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So how's that hitting?
Sorry. Yes, my name is Caduceus.
Thank you. Thank you for everything you do. And there's just this like, not from the invisible one, she's like confused too. She's like, what are you guys talking about? But there's like
My allies.
Probably
sister, women.
10 of these people
Mm-hmm.
are getting on their knees.
Please don't do that.
I think they're gonna. If you, the player, are okay with
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Okay. And they're not like begging you to do anything. They're just
No,
thanking
yeah.
you, right? And you hear like, it's true, it's real, he's
Oh.
real, it's true.
I'll make sure that my agent gets in contact with those of you who are. And like, there's like a little bit of shake in Caduceus's hands as he is holding himself back from losing his temper, and turns and walks away.
Okay. How close to losing temper would it be if Invisible Woman tried to give you a hug? How bad is that?
He goes stiff.
Okay. So she gives you a big hug and is like thanking you,
Mm-hmm.
and then like feels how stiff you are. She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, but thank you."
Happy to help.
Okay, so now she kind of backs away because she's a little afraid of you.
Yeah, that's about right. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Yeah, and walks away.
Okay.
If you're okay with it.
Sure.
Waiting, like when you walk away, just right there in the shadow of a building, or what's left of a building,
There's something, yeah.
is silent scream.
Kind of stops right at them, seeing that they're there, and we should get cleaned up.
They'll just hold out their hand.
Caduceus just walks forward, does not take it. Mm-hmm.
This is the shit we're here for.
That's fine.
Do they hold hands or not?
Mm-hmm.
They also don't have any feelings. Don't know what you're talking about.
Yep.
Yeah, he can't because he does not want you to feel that his hands are shaking, and so just walks forward.
Okay.
Mhm.
This is good shit. I love this game. You guys are awesome. And that's episode 9 of Pinnacles.
Nice.
Thank you everyone for joining us. Our chat mods forever. Thank you.
Yeah. Woo!
We really love getting to do this live, and we can't without you. So thank you. Also, our Patreons who keep this running ad-free and independent. It is, we are so grateful. Yeah, this is our show. You can find it on happyjacks.org/pinnacles. It is there's Twitch VODs, YouTube playlist, podcast feed. It's good. There's a bunch of good shit in there. We are coming to a close for this season, but I have the official green light. We are this show after the season ends. We'll have a brief break and come back immediately for season 2.
Woo! We
So,
got renewed.
We are gonna be a long running campaign on Happy Jacks, which isn't something Happy Jacks has done a lot of. So we'll see what happens. There's a lot of variables up in the air, but I'm very excited to make that announcement. So let's go this way.
Hi, I have been Pooja, who does have feelings. So many feelings.
All the feelings.
All at once.
And you can catch me on the internet as Forgotten Saves. Currently, I believe the 12-Sided Stories podcast is airing the final season of Otherworld Seattle. So if you would like to know what is happening in alt dimension Seattle, you can catch that.
Oh, it's me. I'm Sarah, and I have been Kit, who did not loot on civilians, but might make himself look like an ass in front of reporters. And I'm Sarah is Coffee everywhere on the internet, unless you look at me on Instagram, where I'm Sarah_is_coffee. Pow.
Hi everybody, I'm Joe, and I've been playing Brian, who's from another dimension, and is very well adjusted, very much like the player that portrays him. You can find me at joekou, joekou.card.co. That's CARRD.co.
Hi, John Enge. Most people call me Enge. I played Chainsaw, Sentinel, all sorts of different names.
Chainsaw Sentinel.
That's right. I'm the Chainsaw Sentinel, brother. And you can find me on the internet at John Enge, JONENGE .card.
Yeah.
CARRD.co.
Yep. On all of those links are in our show notes, in any format, YouTube, podcast, it's all there in the notes. My name's Jason. I don't know if I mentioned that.
Hi, Jason.
You can follow me on Twitch and
Jason,
Twitter
this is news.
at It's Probably Okay. Just the letters OK, not OKAY, because that's too long. And on Wednesdays and Fridays, I stream on my channel. On Wednesdays, we were at Death. I like to play games that are hard and I die a lot. And on Fridays, I've been playing a bunch of Destiny 2 with our friend Sam DeLev, and it is a hoot.
Friend of the show.
Yes, yes. We've been doing a Friday gaming day online for 3.5 years.
Wow.
That's so
Wow.
good.
And we have a really fun group who comes. I hope more people will come join us. It's a really cool vibe, just like early Friday afternoons. If you need something at the end of your workday or whatever time zone you're in, Sam is cool, and I'm honored to get to play games with them. So
Yeah.
it's just a super great couple hours. So also, still have to say, please go to probablyokgames.com and you can check out my game Demigods. There is a free quick start guide if you want to just check out the playbooks and stuff, or you can follow the link there to go to DriveThruRPG and buy my game.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's very exciting to me. I am just very awkward about promoting my own shit. I really like the thing that I made, and I made it with a bunch of very cool people who made it even better. I just am awkward, so please enjoy. Thank you. Anything else for our wrap-up?
Nope.
Nope.
I want to
Okay.
plug demigods.
Yeah.
I would also like to plug demigods.
Okay. We'll see you all next week for episode 10. Take care. Bye.
Bye.